What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement. We are back here in the basement. We did the Knicks yesterday. We're doing the New York Rangers tonight against the Washington Capitals in an old school Eastern Conference rivalry game here. Should be a good game tonight, of course. The eyes are always on Ovechkin, who's chasing Wayne Gretzky's record. He's played in 23 games so far this year. He only has 5 goals, so his father time caught up to him? Possibly. He's possibly caught up to him. The guy's 38 years old. I mean, what can you say? You can't get on him too much. You can't get on him too much for slowing down, because Father Time comes around to all the legends, all the old players, and you know what? Sometimes it's not a gradual takedown. It's a right off a cliff. But again, it's freaking December. Let's see. We got a whole season to go. We'll see what he winds up with. But I'm sure he was hoping to hit at least. Oh, no, that's a goal right off the bat. Come on. Capitals 1-0. They're hanging around our net right off the bat. East to west. They got Igor going east-west, post to post, spread them out, stretch them out. Goal right off the bat. 40 seconds into the game, Capitals scored. Come on. I saw it coming. Wide open in the corner of that net. Saw it coming. That's crazy. Saw it coming. Unbelievable. The Rangers have been falling behind lately in games. This will be the 4th game in a row, if I'm correct, that they have fallen behind in the game to start. They fell behind against Nashville. They fell behind against the Sharks. They fell behind, who did they play before that? The Red Wings. And then they fell behind again tonight. They haven't taken a lead in at least 4 games in a row. At least. Now, it's the first game that Ryan Lindgren is playing against his brother Charlie Lindgren, who's starting goaltender for the Washington Capitals. The Rangers, Lindgren, it's funny because the brothers haven't played against each other ever. So, it's already 1-0 Washington. Mika's on an 8-game point streak right now. The Rangers just got to come out. The first periods for them has been really flat. Really, really flat for them. It hasn't been that good. So I don't know what the cause is for that. You know, you always feel like when your team is playing great, when is that inevitable losing streak coming? We don't need that. They played the Senators on Monday. They lost 6-2. 6-2. They got killed that game. Oh, that's who the 4th team was. It was Nashville, San Jose, Ottawa, and then tonight. But, I mean, we won 2 out of those 3. Nashville went up 2-0 on us. We won that game. The Sharks went up 1-0 on us. We won that game. But then, you get the Senators go up 2-0 on us. You can't keep doing that. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you. And we lost. And we lost badly, 6-2. That was the same night the Knicks were playing the Bucks in the knockout round of the in-season tournament. You could flip the channels all you wanted. Both teams were not looking good. Both teams were definitely not looking good. So here we go right now. Rangers in the zone and pressing. We're pressing in the zone right now. The 4th line for the Rangers have been playing really well also. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Capitals are 12-8 right now, so it's not like they're having a bad season. But I don't think they're a team to really worry about either. They're not really a team to worry about. One second here, guys. I just lost my other screen. One second. So, yeah, the Rangers themselves, I mean, they're 18-5-1. They got 37 points on the season. They're tied with the Bruins for also having 37 points on the season. And so that's good. I mean, you can't expect them to win every game, but what's going on here? You can't expect them to win every game, but they're in it. And they're doing better with it, man. So Peter Laviolette taking over the team is definitely rubbed off. But giving up these quick goals right away is bothering me. The Rangers this year are 5-0-0 after a loss this season. I don't believe they've had a back-to-back losses yet. I don't think they've lost in back-to-back games yet. I don't believe so. That hasn't happened yet. No, it hasn't happened yet. As a matter of fact, it definitely hasn't happened yet. They haven't lost at all in back-to-back games. So we'll see what we have with that. Hopefully they don't start that tonight. Let me just check that out, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Pretty sure I'm right on it. Yeah, they haven't lost in back-to-back games yet this season. So like I was saying, Zibanejad's been on an 8-game point streak, which is good. He only has 6 goals on the year. You would expect that he'd have more than that. Panarin has 16. Kreider, I think, has around like 14 goals. So you would think that it would be more than that. You would think that it'd be more than that, but Gerdini, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Gerdini in the house. How we doing, man? Dude, I was on last night, man. You should have been in here. Lou was in here too. Everybody's been strolling in a little bit at a time, Gerdini, man. You know, I've been gone for a while, but I was on last night. And Lou popped in. It was good, man. What do you think? Gerdini, man, how about Ohtani? 10 years, $700 million. 10 years, $700 million. Wow. Wow, Gerdini. And shoot it. Come on. Save. $700 million there, man. And hopefully the Yankees, I mean, come on, man. We got some things to talk about now. Now we got some things to talk about with Juan Soto, Verdugo. Hopefully we land Japanese pitcher. I hate how people have short-term memory in baseball. Bryce got hurt for 2 years and people seriously want him out of the top. I know. Yep. They want him out of the top 10. Can you imagine that? It's crazy. They act like he's no good. I would take him on our team in a heartbeat. They act like he is no good, man. How is he out of the top 10? It's crazy to me. Guy's clutch. It's nuts. It's apparently $35 million per year, deferred over 20 years instead of $70 million over 10. Yeah, it's got to be something crazy like that. I mean, I was just telling one of my friends today, man, that when I was growing up, that's the old person talk, right? Dave Winfield, when he signed with the Yankees, was 10 years, $25 million. That was like a lucrative contract back then when they first got him from San Diego. I believe it was in 1981. 10 years, $25 million. You imagine that? Josh Donaldson got paid that for one season last year. I know he's getting paid whatever it was. He got paid $25 million for one season. Josh Donaldson. Dave Winfield, that was his contract, 10 years, $25 million. Or even more recently, think about how lucrative everybody thought A-Rod, 10 years, $252 million, right, from the Texas Rangers. I mean, like, players would laugh at that now. That was just 20 years ago. Who's going to be the first signed billion-dollar player? When is that going to happen, Gerdini? 13:50 left in the first period, man. Yeah, I decided to jump on here, Gerdini, at the last minute. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this game or not. The Rangers play tomorrow night, and the Knicks play again on Monday. I did the Knicks game last night. They didn't look very good at all. I mean, the score, they lost by 10, but they were really, I mean, they got to make it 10. They were losing by like 20-something. They really weren't in the game for most of the time. Picture how much he made if the UCL didn't go down. Oh, I know. Another $100 million minimum, right? Lost there easily because he can't pitch this year. That's right. Can't pitch. You don't think, though, when he swings, that doesn't affect his swing at all? I was trying to think about that. They say it doesn't, but when he swings, how does it not, the stretch and motion out, how does that not affect that? Does it really, they don't feel that at all? It doesn't aggravate it? I mean, I've never looked into the Tommy John recovery, but that doesn't even aggravate it? Do you know? I don't know. We're going to pay Glaber for an extension. I know they had Great save, Igor. Come on, get it out of there. Wow, man, the Capitals are putting pressure on the Rangers like nobody's business. Wow. A-Rod, oh yeah, is what we're going to pay Glaber for an extension. I mean, I think Boston at one time wanted Glaber for Verdugo straight up. It's like, man, we're not doing that. Verdugo's good. He's good, man. He's also, isn't that funny? He's part of that Mookie Betts trade. Verdugo, Jeter Downs, and Connor Wong for Mookie Betts. I have friends of mine, family that are Boston fans. It makes them sick to their stomach. That's one thing they do not defend. They do not defend that trade. You can't. That was awful. Awful. You gave up Mookie Betts. Now, what's funny, man, is the Yankees always get hated on. Oh, you got Juan Soto, and everybody hates on us, right? And the Dodgers are just getting everybody under the sun. Everybody. And we're the bad guys? Hey, that's the rules of the game. What do you want? Happy to talk till I got to head out, so trying to catch up as much as possible. That's cool, Gardini. Like I said, I didn't tell anybody I was going to be on tonight. This was a last-second decision. So I came on, and like yesterday, I did that too, and eventually people came on. So it's cool to have you in here, brother. Sure, easily same reason why Bryce looked like with his power until July. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's funny how they talk about that, man. It's crazy. We got him for a blowout. LMAO, we got him for blowout fodder. Greg Weissert, and they gave up Mookie. I know. How'd they give up Betts? Shane Bloom took over, and Verdugo's now on our team. Connor Wong, the catcher, they just started him like at the end of the season, I think August or September. So the jury's still out on him. But even if he becomes super great, Jeter Downs is already gone. He went to the Nationals. Verdugo's now gone. Even if Connor Wong became a Mike Piazza type, was that worth it to get rid of Mookie Betts? Well, it was horrible. Horrible. So whatever the case, man, the Red Sox are nothing to worry about anyway. They're nothing to worry about this year. I hope. What have you been hearing about Yoshimada? I'm probably saying his name wrong. Apparently the Yankees are like front runners, but you know how that goes, man. I don't know if that's just media talk or if that's here they are again, right in front of our net again. They've been living in our zone this whole 8 minutes into the first period. It's already 1-0 Washington. We've just been coming out poorly in these first periods. I know you don't watch hockey, Gardini. I'm just talking. GB, first Aussie representative cellar dweller in the basement. What's up, GB? Good day, Johnny, and rocking the overtimes. GD, Gardini, things to do today before work, so pop it in to give you a thumbs up. Thanks, GB. Really appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. Me and Gardini just been kicking it. Now people are popping in. Saw the notice slide across, came by. Yeah, man, Gardini, appreciate it. Like I said, you would have loved it. I think Lou might pop in again tonight, but he's at work, so I don't think he gets off till like 8 or 8:30 Eastern time. Well, you're on the East Coast. Got to get you back on again too, Gardini. By the way, Gardini, I responded to your email. I think your idea is good. I responded to your email. Check your email. I know it took me a long time to respond to it. My apologies, man. I'm very bad with looking at the email. But I responded to your email, man. I think your idea is very good. It's really good. Well, take a look at that, man. Unless you haven't, I haven't looked at my email and saw that you responded, which is very possible. We gave up more for a single year of Soto without the extension that Mookie got from L.A., right? But Soto, probably, the Yankees will probably keep. Remember when we got Anthony Rizzo? He was supposed to be a rental. Anthony Rizzo was supposed to be a rental for half a season, and then we were going to get rid of him, right? We still got him back. So I think Soto, I think I could convince him to stay right here. Why would you not? Why would you not? I think they're going to convince him to stay right here in New York. Bagger Dave, another Aussie representative in the basement. What's up, Bagger? Hey there, my American mates. Can't wait to hang around as long as I've got to cook the family breakfast. That's right, it's breakfast time. Who won the B-ball yesterday? The Celtics won 133 to 123. They won by 10. The game wasn't as close as it sounded, though. The Knicks were down by like 22 or whatever and brought it to 10, but they were getting their doors blown off in that fourth quarter. Rangers putting some pressure on right now. Bruin, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Bruins in the basement. What's up, Bruin? Rangers starting out as they have the past 4 games, giving up the first goal of the game. I just, these first periods being flat, I just don't understand it, Bruin. We have a 4-game stretch now. Yeah, 4-game stretch now where we've given up the first goal. Now we've won 3 of them. But, I mean, we got killed by the Senators on Monday. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you, and it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up. Gardini, Yamamoto is the big fish in the sea. Apparently, Hal bringing Godzilla and Massa for persuasion during their meeting on Monday. He did say, apparently, this guy does not want to play for a team that's not competing. So, like the Red Sox or the other teams that are, like, in the basement, they're not going to be – he doesn't want to play for any team that's not going to be competing. So the Mets may be even knocked out because I know the Mets want him, but they haven't been competitive either. They weren't competitive last year either. So he may just come to the Yankees, man. The Yankees are willing to pay. You would think George Steinbrenner's reincarnated in his son Hal and has taken over because these are power moves that the boss would make. These are power moves that they would make. Oh, my bro college has been driving me nuts with the emails, so for sure I'll check. Yeah, man. But again, I think you emailed me and it took me like a month to respond to you. So, because I look at them and then I forget about it and I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to check my emails. So, and that's my email for the channel. So I don't look at it all that often, man. I probably should look at it a lot more because you're not the only one. There's a few other people in there that I responded to like weeks after they left me a message. So, we got $80 million coming off the books this year with Donaldson, Rizzo, and contracts coming off the books. I was very curious to see if Anthony Rizzo was like kind of made the play because when they finally benched him at the end of the year, they were like, oh, he's had this concussion, they believe, since May. Well, why was he playing? You knew there was something wrong with Rizzo. He was swinging at bad pitches. He wasn't hitting home runs anymore. He did not look like himself. You knew something was wrong. Something was off. So if they knew he had a concussion since May, like how did that just get bypassed? Is because Judge was out and they needed more bats? Because he did not look himself. Anybody that's a Yankee fan that watches a lot of the Yankees knew there was something wrong with Rizzo. You knew there was. 8:45 left in the first period, still 1-0 Caps. Where am I at? Yeah, Donaldson. I don't know why. I mean, these were the moves they were making. Donaldson, Kiner Falefa, which I didn't hate IKF. I didn't. The guy, I love the fact that he was willing to play any position just to stay on the team. I really like that. And I know that that's not what supposed to do, stick infielders in the outfield. He gave 110% to me all the time. Would I keep him? No. But I do like what I saw at IKF, so I'm not going to hate on him. Higashiyaka, I'm sorry to see Higgy go, man. Oh, here we go. More fights. Good, man. Show some life. This is the most life the Rangers have shown all game. So it was nice to see that. It was nice to see some life out of the Rangers right there. So throw some punches, get back in this game. 8:30 left in the first period, 1-0 Caps. Higgy going, it's just like I always liked Higgy, man. He wasn't the greatest bat either, but these Yankees with all these players that we have had. What happened to Oswaldo Cabrera? Why the huge drop-off this last year? I expected more out of him. What a drop-off. Anyway, we need the pitching now. We definitely need the pitching. Gardini again. J.D. Martin. Oh, is he on the open market? I didn't even know that. Interesting to see who his suitors will be. After his, he revived, and oh man, would the Red Sox fan be pissed if he came to? But oh man, would they flip if he came to the Yankees? What would we do? I mean, where would you put JD Martinez if he came to the Yankees? Remember when the Yankees got Jose Canseco years ago? We got him just so Boston wouldn't get him because we hardly ever used him. He just sat on the bench. We can do swap him as DH for our 90 for what do they owe Stan? $96 million. Bagger, what's up? What's up? Everybody saying what's up? Bruin. Where'd Bruin go? There he is. GB Hawks, mate, North Adelaide, and the local worst mistake. Undiagnosed symptoms till August. That's crazy. And you knew it, Gardini. You're a Yankee fan. Watching them and watching Rizzo, he was swinging at balls that were like, what? You knew that wasn't Rizzo. And not hitting home runs? So someone's got to answer for something there to have him playing that long. And he had a concussion and his head wasn't right because it was so obvious. I won't say I knew he had a concussion. I just knew there was something wrong. I mean, you're like, this is not Rizzo, man. Can't stand the Adelaide Crows or Port. Anyone else having audio? Can you guys hear me? You must be able to hear me, man. So Dave, you're having audio issues? I mean, everybody else, I'm sitting here talking to Gardini. Everybody else can hear me? John Carl is the immovable object that everyone wants to be gone because he clogs the roster up as much as I love. I don't hate Stanton either. I don't hate him. A lot of people hate him. And I understand. I get it. But it just, I mean, talk about a guy that swings at anything. I don't know what it is with him, man. He just doesn't, he's getting paid for Cashman to make that kind of statement against Stanton. I mean, he signed him knowing that he gets injured and that this is Giancarlo Stanton. He's not doing anything different on the Yankees than he did on Miami. He just didn't have the pressure there on Miami. But I don't know if the pressure really gets to Stanton here because he's a pretty low-key guy. He's media and fan friendly, by the way. Oh, he just missed that. Come on. Come on, Rangers. You're right in front of the net. Stanton's media friendly. He's fan friendly. He owns up to his stuff. I don't have a problem with Stanton. I really don't. I just don't. He clogs the roster, man. I just don't like when he gets in that stretch where he'll hit a home run if we're already up 10-0 or if we're down 10-0. Where is that clutch hit when we're down 3-2 in the 9th inning? That's what I need. Yeah, he couldn't even turn the TV on after July. I get it. And we complained about the 10-18 month the year before that. Flex, another Aussie representative in the basement. What's going on? Flex, man, that is awesome, man. Good to see you in here, brother. Everybody's looking for you yesterday, man. Good to see you in here, Flex. Bruin, you can hear me? Okay, I guess Dave was having problems. Dave, can you hear us now? Loud and clear. Good day, Flex. Good. Well, Bag of Dave was asking about audio issues, so I was hoping it wasn't me. Because we know how the BTDs, the basement technical difficulties. Speaking of that, where's Mikhailov been? Mikhailov dropped in last week. I'll take that back. He did drop in last week on a live. Trouba should be popping in, I would imagine. This is going on. Come on, we're in there, Ren. Let's go, Rangers. Come on. How about Ovechkin only having 5 goals? 23 games into the season, he only has 5 goals. I wonder if Father Time has really caught up to him. I wouldn't mind seeing him break the record. The guy deserves it. He's one of the greatest shooters the game's ever seen. He's one of the greatest shooters the game has ever seen. That being said, I would take Sidney Crosby over him because Sidney brings more to the table to me than Ovechkin does. Sidney is it's like a pitcher versus a thrower out of the bullpen. Even though they're both starters, Crosby brings, 5-tool player, right? He brings everything to the table. He's a leader. He knows where the puck is. He knows how to work his team. He knows his team's strength and weaknesses. Ovechkin comes in. This is what I'm throwing at you. Either you can save it or you can't. And that's just the way he is. He was his own enforcer, by the way. If you mess with Ovechkin, you didn't have to worry about an enforcer. In his younger days, coming off the bench to get you, Ovechkin would go right with you. He was his own enforcer. The guy is just one of the greatest shooters the game's ever seen. Definitely is. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't mind if he broke one of Wayne's 41 records or whatever he has right now. But I wanted to see it. He only has 5 goals. We're in December. I mean, he can go on a hot streak. He's 38 years old. This is this might be the end for him. I don't know. Father Time is cruel because when he's going to come and take your career, he's going to come and take your career, and it's going to be just like that. Lockport, OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Lockport's in the basement. What's up, Lockport? Good to see you, man. Back in the basement. What's going on, brother? Grady, another Aussie representative, Detroit Lion fan, Brisbane Lion fan. We're together on that. He's in the basement as well, man. Go Lions versus Bears tomorrow. You guys should beat the Bears. Come on, the Bears are bad. You guys should beat the Bears. I mean, you should beat the Bears, Grady. I can't see the Lions losing that one. But who thought the Chiefs would lose to the Packers? Who thought the Packers would be better than the Jets when they both lost Aaron Rodgers? The Packers were supposed to be horrendous. They're having an easier time than the Jets are. And I haven't watched the Jets in weeks, and I don't plan on watching them tomorrow or for the rest of the season. The next Jets game I know of is in September of 2024 when Aaron Rodgers is back. I don't care about what they say about him coming back this year. My football season's over, and I haven't watched it in weeks. Kind of like Gardini stopped watching the Yankees in July. I stopped watching the Jets when it was 9-0 Buffalo. I told you guys this yesterday. It was 9-0 Buffalo, and I said, that's it. That's it. Our defense is out on the field for almost the entire first quarter. I'm not even kidding you. Like, the Jets had the ball for a little over 2 minutes in that first quarter. So that means their defense was on the field for almost 13 minutes in the first quarter. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. No reason to watch after that, and I haven't watched since. Lockport, Johnny, what's your thought? Gardini and I were just talking about this. Gardini said it's actually broken down to $35 million a year over 20 years. Where's his chat on that? Gardini said, yeah, there it is. Gardini said it's apparently $35 million per year, deferred over 20 years instead of $70 million per 10. So I'm just that's going on what Gardini's saying, but yeah, he's pretty good with his stuff too, man. So I'll take him at his word. Still, Lockport, that's a lot of money. We were just saying, I mean, I was just telling Gardini, I remember growing up when Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer, Big Dave Winfield, he's still my favorite Yankee. He's my favorite Yankee when I was growing up. Don Mattingly, of course, was close second, but Dave Winfield was the guy. They got him from San Diego for a lucrative 10-year, $25 million contract in 1981. Can you imagine that? 10-year, $25 million in 1981. Josh Donaldson was paid that last season alone. Imagine that. Remember how ridiculous we thought A-Rod's contract from the Rangers, 20 years ago, 10 years, $252 million? A lot of players wouldn't even accept that now. Flex, wow, $15K. And yeah, I know. You saw that, Flex. Wow, Shane Warren, who knew? I didn't know that guy passed away. Wow, that's really sad. 5 minutes left in the first period. Washington's still up 1-0. The Rangers are trying to save face and get a goal back after giving up a quick one in the first 40 seconds of the first period. They gave up a goal. They've been looking really bad in the first periods here the last 4 or 5 games. Like they can't get going. But yeah, Flex. 15K and 2K. Yeah, and Shane Warren, man, this guy. That other one is like, it just keeps going up, man. So I realized that cricket is huge, man. Cricket is huge. These guys take that sport serious, man. I mean, we all take our sport seriously, but man, they take that serious. So I really started looking into it more, and there's enough guys that do support this channel that are cricket fans. So I owe it to them to at least look into the game and see what I think about it. Hey, look what happened with the AFL. I love footy. I cannot wait for footy to come back. I really enjoy that sport. That is just a fun, great sport. Remember what I was like in the beginning of that, Flex? I was calling it AFL rugby. AFL rugby. I look back at my very first AFL video, and I thought it was rugby hard hits because that's what I was doing at that time. I'm like, hey, here we are, everybody. We got AFL rugby. I got destroyed for calling, and I called it. Somebody in the comments, I was looking in the comments. It was around last year at this time. Someone in the comments was actually counted how many times I called footy rugby. And he was right. It was like 10 or 12 times. I was just yelling out rugby. I didn't know what I was talking about. It was funny. 3:25 left in the first. Rangers are we're in their zone. I don't believe it. Come on, guys. We're the number one team in hockey. Yes, Bruin, tied with the Bruins. We both have 37 points. Number one team in hockey. And the first period, we don't play like we are. We always give up a goal. I don't understand what's going on with that. Everybody, it's a long season. Everybody there's going to be times where things just aren't going your way. And the first period just hasn't been going our way. We've come back in two of them, but we lost on Monday. Ottawa kept their foot on the gas. They went up 2-0. We came back 2-2. They went up 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2. Ottawa said to the Rangers, not today. Oh, no, not today. Not today. Not in our house. You aren't going to do that to us. And they didn't. The game got tied up. Boom. They just took off. They said, nope. Oh, it's going to be 2-2. Okay, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2. How about that? And don't dare turn to the Knicks because they were playing the Bucks the same time that night, and they were getting destroyed too. So what a night. What a night for the New York teams, man. That was fun. The Knicks lost by 22, and the Rangers lost by 4 goals. Wow. That was a rough one. Flex, that's more than any AFL players. I'm sure. You know, somebody told me that a lot of reasons why an NFL player or a baseball player wouldn't go to play rugby or cricket is mainly because they won't get that money, and their recognition as a player, their name, wouldn't be as out there with all the money that these guys get. Look at Shohei Ohtani. He comes over from Japan. He's got $700 million. 10 years. Oh, come on. You got to shoot that, man. 2:20 left in the first period. The Rangers, I think, got away with being offsides on that one. I don't think the ref was paying attention because I even saw it. They were offsides. But it would have got reviewed had we scored. So had we scored there, it wouldn't have mattered because they definitely would have reviewed it and seen they were offsides. $25 million is more than the entire AFL roster gets paid a year, if not more. Now, that being said, Flex, there's players on the Yankees or probably the Dodgers now too. Like, put it this way, Shohei Ohtani, the contract he just got, that's more than the Tampa Bay Rays' entire roster. That's more than their entire roster put together. I mean, they get paid more than the Pittsburgh Pirates probably get paid. So it's crazy. And that guy that I mentioned, Flex, that get $25 million a year, Josh Donaldson, he was good in his prime. But to have him have $25 million now, and the Yankees took that contract on. It wasn't they weren't the ones that gave it to him, but they took it on. He was like 36. I'm like, what are you doing? Weird times for them, but it looks like we're back on track. Virat has nearly 100 million more social media followers than LeBron has. Cricket is massive. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I didn't know that part, but I saw how huge he is. So I did a piece on him today. I saw how huge that guy was, man. He was like the Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, LeBron type for cricket, man. Everybody was mentioning this guy to me. Flex, they mentioned. Come on, what we got here? Let's go. Hold on a second, Flex. We're actually trying to make a move here before the end of the first period. Nope, back to our end. Besides Virat, they got Serdon Bradman, Glenn Maxwell, and Ab de Villers. I hope I said that right. Ab de Villers. These are guys that have been in the comments. And yesterday in the live stream, people say these are the next guys I should really, really check out, Flex. So I did Virat today. We got Serdon Bradman, Glenn Maxwell, and Ab de Villers to go. I'm sure there's plenty more from there. have to start somewhere. They can't know all about something you've never heard about. Right. How about me in the AFL? Remember I did the Dustin Martin and the Buddy Franklin and Eddie Betts and Lee Matthews, and then I started doing some team histories. And this is all to help me get going in a sport. This is how I do it. I take all this stuff and I take people's passions for their sports seriously. Like you guys are all passionate about footy for a reason. I wanted to know why. I wanted to know why everybody got angry at me for calling it rugby, and it was an innocent mistake. I really didn't know. So I said, instead of going back at everybody, let me find out what's so special about footy. And now I know. But it takes some time to learn a new sport, man. It takes some time. But I will go all in and I take notes and I try to, I start with the great players, what made this person great. And then I look up things on their biography and I see terms. And I see more. Oh, by the way, Flex, you probably know, what is Virat? I looked up a little bit on his biography. What does centuries mean? He has a lot of centuries. I know centuries 100 years because I know people get be wise asses in the comments and say 100 years. No, what is centuries? I saw he had a lot of centuries. I didn't mention it because I didn't know what it was. What is a century? Oh, great. Rangers in the penalty box. So now the Capitals have a power play, which for those that don't know, they have 5 guys on the ice. We have 4. One of our guys is in the penalty box for 2 minutes. So a power play means they have a one-man advantage. Beautiful save by Igor. Oh, great people to react to. Good, Flex. That's good. 100 runs in an inning. Wow. Wow, because I saw he averaged 50 runs a game. I saw Virat average 50 runs a game for his career. Now, I know that's a lot. From the little bit that I've watched. So if they get 200 plays plus run, they get a double century. Okay, good. See? So now I need to learn something more. All right, got it. Man, where'd everybody else go? And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. We got 12 seconds left in the first period. You have a minute 54 left on the Caps power play, so they'll have about a minute 42. They'll have a minute 42 left on their power play when we start the second period. The power play will carry right over to the start of the next period if the 2 minutes couldn't get in here. The Capitals have scored on 9%. 9, not 90. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% of their chances on the power play this year. 9. And you guessed it, that's dead last in the NHL. Not in the Eastern Conference alone, in the NHL. 9%. I'm repeating it because that is atrocious. They've scored on 9% of their power plays. Really? 9%? That is awful. The Rangers better not give up a goal on their power play, man. They better not. 9%. Wow. Then they said that's last in the NHL. No kidding. I would hope someone's not worse than that. All right, so end of the first period, 1-0. Again, at the start of the second period, Washington will have a minute 43 left on, or a minute 42 left on their power play. The start of the second period. They scored in the first 40 seconds of the first period. They dropped the puck. The Capitals went right to our zone. Shot, 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 shot. Goal. That's how the game started. That's seriously how the game started. So, but we locked it down since then, and we are down at the end of a first period again. It's crazy. Bradman retired with a 99 run average. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to be doing him too, man. A lot of people were saying that he was the GOAT, that he's in the conversation anyway. Bruin still here eating. Yeah, 9%, Bruin. 9%. I had to look at it twice to make sure I was reading that right. Yes, 9%. That is horrendous. The San Jose Sharks aren't even pulling that. 9%. Wow. Well, anyway, speaking of the Sharks, I've been trying to follow them this year. I was really hoping they would beat their record of 11 wins and 71 losses. I was hoping they would get less than that this year. That's just fascinating to me. fascinating to me. 11-71. That is fascinating. It really is. I mean, when you really let that soak in, that a team managed to lose 71 games at 82. It's really bad. 82 games, you only managed to win 11 of them. That is fascinating. They're 8-17, so they're probably not gonna not get less than 11 wins this year. Man, I was really rooting for that. They have 58 goals, so they've picked that up. Yeah, that 92-93 Sharks team also had a 17-game losing streak to kick in. And they had 3 other losing streaks that season that were 10 games or more. I mean, that's all. Listen, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. GB 50-run average is top shelf, which is why Sir Donald Bradman's average of 99.6 is so far above anybody else to play the game. Yeah, when I did the video on V-Rod today, they said that V-Rod is no doubt one of the top 5 batsmen of all time. Like, you could argue he's in the top 5 of all time, but he's definitely the GOAT of his era, of this era right now that he's playing, and he is the GOAT of this era, of his playing era. But they said he was a top 5 batsman of all, top 4, top 5 batsmen of all time. Is that true? Would you guys agree with that? So Sir Brad, I had like Sir Dan for some reason, Sir Don Bradman. I even had to cross out Don. I had Dan and David. I don't know where I got that from. Bruin, that is ridiculously bad. Yeah, that is awful. The Rangers better not. They better not let the second period open up and they score on us. 9%. Whew. Weren't the 95, 96 Senators really bad too? I don't think they were worse than that, but I think they were pretty bad. Let's see. I think the Senators that year maybe won 20 games. Let me see. Whew, I was close. Good shout out though, Bruin. 95-96 Ottawa Senators were 18-59. 18-59. They were 8-28 at home. 8-28-5 at home. 8-28-5. For those that don't know, the last number is overtime losses. So they're 8 wins, 28 losses, and 5. 5 is losing in overtime. Whew, at home. 18-59. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a good shout out there on that one, Bruin. Good shout out, man. Wow. That is awful. That's really bad. I know the Charlotte Bobcats, weren't they like 7-57 or something in the NBA? I know there was some awful years there. I know they didn't play a full 82-game season that year, but I think they were like 7-57 or 7-60, something like that. Something really pathetic. OG in the basement. Gunner, another OG dweller accounted for. What's up, Gunner? 0-0 in Buffalo after the first. Nice. That's right. The Bills are on right now. I'm not the Bills. I mean, the Sabres are on right now. I get the Bills. Buffalo right now, man, they got they're still going to be fine, Gunner. Buffalo will be fine. I think I'm going off the top of my head here, man, but aren't they like, are they 10-12? I think they're a couple games under 500, are they not? I'll take a look in a second. Henry. What is up, man? Henry, another cellar dweller accounted for. A huge Dallas Cowboy fan. Henry, and no, Henry, I have not watched Miracle yet. You can't do another live hockey game without watching Miracle. There you go. I know you guys will really get pissed when I tell you other sports movies that I have missed. Miracle. There's a trivia question for you. What are the famous sports movies? Think of famous sports movie, and none of them are comedies. So that'll take out a lot of them. What Miracle is a big one, but what other big sports movie do you think I have not seen? And it's not a comedy. I mean, a real, like, everybody still talks about kind of sports movie. Think. Let me know. Let me see if you guys can guess that. I got to watch Miracle. Hey, I know Kurt Russell is the head coach. I know that much. He should do a live viewing of Miracle. There you go. You guys wanted Miracle? We're going to watch it together right here in the basement. Johnny, $700 million, 10 years, just plain insane and stupid, especially at his age. It won't pitch for another year. In this day and age, a person needs $70 million. I know. Rock and I were just talking about this. Like, there's people that are, right now, there are people that don't even know how they're going to get food on the table for their family tonight. They may have had a job, lost their job, life happens, tragic, whatever. There's people right now that don't know how they're going to put food on their table, and this guy is getting $700 million for 10 years. And it's guaranteed. You're in baseball, man. You're in baseball. If I was growing up and I had two sports I could play, like some guys play football or baseball, I'm choosing baseball all day. Those contracts are guaranteed, man. Now, does anybody know Gardini? I think I asked you before, but maybe we were talking about a bunch of things and it went past you. Now, I know Ohtani can't pitch this year. I know Ohtani cannot pitch this year. But isn't him still batting and throwing a ball? I mean, like, isn't that going to aggravate the arm, though? Because even when you bat and you swing, isn't that going to aggravate the Tommy John? I mean, isn't it going to aggravate it? I don't see how that's not going to aggravate it. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. What do I know? I'm a 4 decades Jet fan. What do I know? How smart could I be? Flex, I knew baseball and cricket are both old sports. I didn't know which one was older. Apparently, it's cricket, the more you know. Yeah, cricket's older than baseball. Actually, somebody told me that in the comments. One of the videos I did. Gunner, 11-14-2. Oh, you guys are 3 games under 5. Okay, all right. I wasn't that far off. But you guys, I think, listen, you'll be all right. You're going to be all right. I still think the Bills, I keep saying the Bills. The Bruins are going to reset. We're in the basement. The Sabres are going to be okay. Rudy, no. That is a classic, but I have seen Rudy. I've seen that a few times. Sean Astin, Charles Dutton, Rock. If you remember the show Rock, that was one of my favorite shows back then. The Club, no. The Sandlot, I've seen that. I've seen The Club. I've seen We Are Marshall. Coach Carter, I've seen that. Blindside, I've seen that. Nope. I've seen all those guys. There is one famous sports movie that I have never seen. I shouldn't have even brought this up because now you guys will be all over me to watch that too. And it doesn't, I don't know why I've never seen it. Just never seen it. Doesn't affect the UCL recovery, but it will affect his power stroke. Yeah. Okay. See, it's going to be weird, man. What if he gets injured? What if some freaky thing happens? No salary cap, but if your roster goes over, I think $275 million, teams got to pay luxury tax. Yeah, George Steinbrenner used to pay a lot of luxury tax. He would say, hey, man, people get mad at us for buying players or whatever. He said, I give other owners money and they put it right in their pocket. I mean, hey. Moneyball, no. Boom, Henry. Lockport, Rocky, Bull Durham. Nope, seen both of those. I've seen Bull Durham. I've seen all the Rockies. Moneyball, seen that. Field of Dreams. Never saw it. I never saw it. Henry, you nailed it. You nailed it. I never saw it. Of course, Henry nails it. Now he's going to be all over me about Miracle and Field of Dreams. The only thing I ever saw on Field of Dreams was when the Yankees played the White Sox at the Field of Dreams field for the very first game there in Iowa. I've never saw it. Never saw the movie Field of Dreams. Never saw it. And it's not because I didn't want to see it. It's just one of those movies that got past me, and I never went out of my way to watch it. It's true. Field of Dreams. Johnny the Dodgers come to the Bronx for a 3-game weekend set in June. Mark the calendar. Yeah, I know. I can't wait. And I hope we have that Japanese pitcher too, man. It's going to be great. Gunner, which major sport? Oh, they just figured it out. Henry, yeah. Everybody can't play. I never saw it. Never saw it, man. I don't know why. It just got past me. Like Miracle, it just got past me. Are the ads playing at the worst times? Yeah, because I don't have a choice on it either, man. It's part of the monetization, man. You have to click that you accept the ads, and then they put them in where they put them in. I have no control over that, man. Salary floor must be in play. Oh, I agree. There should, and we're Yankee fans, man. There needs to be a salary cap. It's just complete. You know what I think baseball's argument or whatever is, oh, look at, Tampa Bay competes, or look at Baltimore. They competed this year. They'll find the one team, or Miami Marlins, they competed for most of the season, right? They made the playoffs. No, but what about the Pirates and the Royals and other teams? It's just not fair. It's not cool, man. It's just not. It's just not. Way back, another Aussie representative in the basement. Another Aussie representative. What's up, way back, man? Good to see you in here, brother. Good day, guys. Good day, everybody. Hope all's well. Everybody's doing great. Way back. How is Bond? How is Bond doing? Did he come out okay from his I think Tony told me yesterday he came out all right. I haven't seen Bond in there. Yeah, Henry, good. I know. Argonaut, welcome into the basement, man. Subscribe, bell notice, hit that like button for me, man. I know, I trust and believe. I know it's a great movie. Everybody's told me that. I did not see because I didn't think it was great. It just got past me. Flex, never heard of either of them. No, that's okay. Just know that the Yankees blew the game in the ninth inning at the Field of Dreams when Tim Anderson hit the game-winning home run in the ninth inning in real life at Field of Dreams in Iowa. Lockport, Field of Dreams is a good one for you and Rock to watch. She's already seen it. Rock has already seen Field of Dreams. I've never seen it. She's seen it. I haven't. Yep. Way back. Lazy Sunday here. Yeah. Lazy Sunday. Oh, so did the Rangers win? Tell me, way back. You're a day ahead of me. Did we win? Ad revenue, Johnny. Got to get some dough for the grind. Right. I'm getting $700 million, guys, for the ads. $700 million. I'm getting $35 million per episode here. Yeah, Bruin, I know other people have told me that. I don't have any control over it. Goodini, Oakland is on its own. Why we need the floor? Because it destroyed a historic team in a great city with a great fan base. Amen. You nailed it right there. Oakland having to move is exactly why there needs to be a salary cap. There has to be. There has to be a salary cap. But as I understand it, the players don't want. The players union, I think, fights against it. I don't go that deep into that stuff, but I'm pretty sure the players union fights against it. Argonaut, you got it. Thanks, man. Welcome into the basement. Everybody else in here is a major regular in here, Argonaut, so you're welcome. Come on in, talk about whatever. I'm doing a Rangers Capitals game right now, but we talk about everything in here, man. So you got something, bring it. Zach Britton. Oh, come on. Godini, Zach Britton. Oh, that's a name. Gunner, as inaccurate as it is, my favorite sports movie is Remember the Titans. Oh, I love Remember the Titans. Come on, Remember the Titans is a classic, man. That's a classic movie. Yeah, I know. And the history of the movie is very inaccurate, right? But the movie itself is really good, man. That was an excellent movie. Definitely like that one. Bruin, you've never seen Field of Dreams either? All right, man. You're right there with me, man. So I'm not the only one. I just got past me. I'll watch it one day. I don't want, of course, Henry had to guess it because Henry's already on me enough about Miracle, man. Now he's going to be on me about both of them. And I feel if I just say, oh, yeah, I watched it, I'm going to get tested, so I won't do that. Lockport, yeah, but Gardini baseball in Vegas is going to be awesome. That city just needs an NBA team to become the new mecca of sports. Maybe they'll take the Detroit Pistons. Boston, okay, yep, he's in a town called Dargo. His sister works at the pub there. So how do you think he's going? Yeah, I see what you mean. Exactly how your emoji says he's going. Right there, way back. Not a cap and need a minimum spending amount. I call that a cap, but we're on the same page, Godini. We're on the same page. I know it's two different things technically, but we're on the same page. Going to the replacements. Oh, yeah, with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman. That was a good movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. That was a good movie, though. Yeah, Des and I are going to get back on the basement squad. We haven't done that in a long time. We actually forgot about it for a little while because we just had too much going on. But we're going to do that again. We're going to do that again. Guys, give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I left off with way back. He's still doing music reviews. 2 minutes. Oh, come on, man. I walked down to this. Come on. I just come down the steps. I knew it when I came down the steps, seeing Washington skating around like that. So they scored right off the bat, 9%. 9% on the power play. Last in the NHL, and they score in the first minute and 40 seconds. 2-0 Washington. Is this where the Rangers are going to fall apart for a little while and have losing streaks? Come on. That's my fault. I made fun of the 9% scoring on 9% of their power plays this year, Washington, and they scored. Right when I came down the steps. Come on, Rangers, get it back. They play the Kings tomorrow night. That's a big game. Kings are good. We're good. But, man, these slow starts have got to stop. Shoot it, man. Just shoot it. Holy crap. Flex, think the last sports movie I watched was the basketball one with Adam Sandler. Oh, Hustle. I think that was called Hustle. Wasn't that on Netflix? I think it was called Hustle. I didn't see that, though. I haven't actually seen that one. That's a good one. Apparently, that's a good one. Gardini, I get it, but you should have been an expansion, not ripping up one of the city's teams with majors. Yeah, I know. Well, they allowed it. Major League don't see the Giants, Dodgers, Yankees, or Cards moving anywhere. Disrespectful. Yeah. Well, Oakland, when they started unloading their superstar players like Chris Bassett, Starling Marte, Mark Canna, you started seeing these guys leaving the team. You already knew. They were ready to go. Oakland's owner, shame on him too. He wanted to get out of there. There's a page out of the movie Major League. You're getting rid of all the good players, so you have nothing but crap players out there to where even Domingo Germán can throw a perfect game against them. How about that? Lockport, you speak truth, Gardini, but the Coliseum is a joke and has been for years. The city of Oakland failed the A's. Amen. Pretty much just said that. That's right. MLB wants a team in Nashville next. There'll be a new expansion team. Yeah. Oakland got rid of all, like I was just literally saying, yeah, Oakland's owner is not innocent in this. He dumped all the players, just like I said, like out of the movie Major League. Get rid of all the good players so we can move the Indians to Miami. Remember that? Right in the movie. Cleveland Indians, let's move them to Miami. Let's get rid of all the good players. So that's what it seemed like way back. Oh, great. Can I request the Flying Red Dogs, Blackheart, Bart? These guys are mates of mine and trying to break into the market. No video, only audio, but it's killer track and story. Flying Red Dogs, Blackheart, Bart. Would they be on YouTube with the song? Or no video, only audio, but it's killer track. Drop something in the Discord way back. Drop something in the Discord or email me. You got my email. Email me it. I'll start looking at my email more, guys. I'll try to look at it twice a week. But, yeah, drop it in the Discord or drop it in an email, man, if I can't get it on YouTube. You guys know me in this book, but you guys got to remind me all the time. Blackheart Bart. I like that name. That's a catchy name. Blackheart Bart. Is that the guy that owned the Oakland A's? So that'd sound like his name. Flying Red Dogs. Bruin, yeah, and Ad actually played at a good time. All right, there you go. Gardini, John Fisher failed the fans by not putting sustainable product on the field that would be shipped out in years. Why should the fans put their tax dollars when the owner won't? Right. That owner fed fuel to the fire to get out of there. He could not wait to get out of Oakland. Why do you give up players of that stature, man? They did. They didn't want them. They weren't helping. Hey, you guys are helping us win. We don't want to win. What a shame. It's like me. I'm not a Raiders fan, but for the NFL's sake, I thought the Raiders should have stayed in Oakland. I thought the Raiders themselves, just the name alone should always be in the playoff mix. There's the Raiders, man. When I grew up, they were the Raiders, man. George Atkinson and Jack Tatum, Marcus Allen, Lyle Alzado, Ted Hendricks, the Mad Stork, man. These guys were monsters. Jim Plunkett, a castaway. He was number 1 pick overall for the New England Patriots, called a bust, sent to the 49ers, didn't do anything there. Goes with Tom Flores and the Raiders and wins 2 Super Bowls there, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame. 2 Super Bowls, not in the Hall of Fame. Tom Flores won 2 Super Bowls as head coach, not in the Hall of Fame. I think it's because we went on to Seattle Seahawks and didn't do well as a head coach there. But anyway, the Rangers are still trying to figure out how to score a goal here. It's 15:35 left in the second period. And we're chasing the game right now. We're pretty much chasing the game. The Capitals are dictating everything, and the Rangers are just following them around like little puppy dogs around the whole rink. Manav, OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Manav is in the basement. What's up, Manav? Good to see you, brother. You've probably been in here. I'm just behind. I can skip over a few of these. Everybody's saying, what's up, Manav? Bruin, come on, Ovi. Now, listen, on an individual basis, I'm going for Ovechkin also, just not today. Just not today. I would like to see Ovechkin actually break the record. I don't need him getting one today. And by the way, Bruin, if you weren't here when I said it before, Ryan Lindgren is playing against his brother for the first time in their careers. His brother is the goalie, Lindgren for the Capitals. But now, sup, Bagger, Bruin, everybody's saying what's up. Good, I can skip down a little bit. The season is a bad year for power plays, it seems. For the Capitals, it is. I mean, the Rangers will have third on it, man, but their penalty kill is third in the league too, and they let this team score on them. They've been playing really bad lately. I know 2 goals is not a lot, but the Rangers have been starting off very poorly the last 4 games. Yes, they've had to come back and win, but how many times can you do that? Like I said earlier, Ottawa's like, not today. We're up 2-0. You want to start to come back? Now we're going to go up 3-2, and now we're going up 4-2, 5-2. They just put it out of reach. Put it out of reach. Angus, what's going on, Angus? Welcome back into the basement, man. Make sure you subscribe, bell notice, and like button if you haven't already. Johnny spent all day watching footy, including the MLS Cup. Congratulations to the Columbus Crew. Now on to hockey. There you go, Angus. Welcome in, man. Good to see you in here, brother. We talk about everything in here, man. Everything. Good to see you in here, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Glad everybody's back. It feels good to be back, man. I haven't been on in months. So outside of just coming back last week. So here we go. It's good to have everybody back in here. You guys know how we do it in the basement. We'll say we're talking about the game on here, and we're talking about everything. Bagger, lazy Sunday here too, man. Yep, well, it's still Saturday night for us, but I hear you, man. Lockport, Gunna, did the Sabres have 17 shots in a period? Nothing to show for it, but inspiring. Wow, 17 shots, no goal? Come on, Rangers, we're right there, man. We're right there. How about somebody score? Oh, you almost had it. Gosh, man. Why? Everybody's there, and it gets taken away. Now it's a 2-on-1 Capitals the other way. Oh, come on. They're getting killed. 3-0. 3-0. We're just down there 4-on-3. We're taking shots. No one can get a clean one off. The Capitals steal it from us, go right down the ice. 2-on-1, shoot it, goal. What is up with Igor, man? Since he's come back from his injury, he hasn't been that sharp. His numbers look good. I love Igor Shesterkin as our goalie, man. But since his injury, since coming back, he hasn't looked that sharp. And the games we have won, he's given up some goals, man. But we've come back and won. We look like crap tonight. We looked this way on Monday against the Senators. We've had 5 days off. What is the problem? Our former head coach, Gerard Gallant, out there right now is cheering. I mean, it's a long season, but still, man, come on, man. 3-0. You would... Anyway, let me get back to these. Maybe if I look at the chat for a while and I look up, I'll see that they scored. Nope, another save. Well, you would think Patrick Waugh was in net for the Capitals right now. It's crazy. Braden Holtby. Remember Braden Holtby? He was a good goalie for the Capitals. Angus, Oakland is an abandoned sports city. Sure is now, right? Oakland, they had the Oracle right there. And then right behind them, the Oakland A's. The Warriors are gone. Raiders been gone. And now the A's are gone. Really freaking sad. Really sad. Really sad, man. Way back. It's on YouTube. Okay, I got him down. No video but audio. I got him down. Got it, brother. Gunner, we had 19 versus Boston, I believe, on Thursday in the first. Wow, really? 19 shots in the first period? Well, apparently you don't need that many tonight against the Rangers to get goals because they are getting them, man. The Bash Brothers, etc. How much more legacy do you need in the city for the teams in the Bash Brothers? McGuire, Canseco. They had Ricky Henderson on that team. Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart was their ace on that team. Somehow they got swept by Chris Sabo and the Cincinnati Reds. Remember that? Chris Sabo. That Cincinnati Reds team swept that Oakland A's team. That powerhouse Oakland A's team got swept. Dennis Eckersley was on that team. Yeah, there was a bunch of no-names on that Reds team back then compared to what the A's had. The Bash Brothers were really the Royd boys. The Royd boys. Canseco, McGuire, and the Royd boys. Lockport, Kane scored his first of the year with the Red Wings. Yeah, I was glad the Rangers. Listen, like I said, I don't have no ill will towards Patrick Kane. He came to us. I know he obviously was still injured because he needed immediate hip surgery when he was done with the Rangers. I'm glad the Rangers didn't go back after him because we're actually clicking well, man. Our team is clicking really well. I think that a lot of times last year they were forcing the puck to Kane, like they felt the need to have to get it to him. Like they have to get the puck to Kane. When they had other open shots, they could. Even Panarin, who played with Kane on Chicago Blackhawks, even him, man, they was still even he was passing the puck off at times when you had shots. Gardini, both teams in the Garden have looked rough recently. The Rangers have been pulling the games out, but they haven't been playing well lately. They've been falling behind a lot, as I've been saying this whole time live, but they've pulled a couple of those games out, man. But like I said, also, you can't keep falling behind by a couple of goals in the beginning of these games and expect to be coming back. They're down 3-0, 13:25 left in the second. Can they come back? Sure, they can come back. But they're chasing the game. They are literally chasing the game. They don't look like they have any game plan going on. And every time the Capitals come down, they just look like they're just, you get them. Like, where were you? I thought you were supposed to get them. How come you didn't shoot that puck? Why aren't you set up over there? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like a safety and a cornerback looking at each other like you were supposed to cover him. Where were you? That's what they look like out there right now. That's what they look like. I know it's a long season and some bad moments are going to come around. Look at it. Here comes the Capitals right down again. Save, Igor. Let's go. What the? Oh, my gosh. Gardini, in-season tournament, 15 minutes time to watch the GOAT. Sorry, Rangers. He takes priority. You're going to be here when Braun is gone, not vice versa. Yeah, man. Let me know how that keeps going, man. I'm in the same boat with you, Gardini. LeBron's the man. And I just saw him. My son and I went to Philly, and we saw LeBron, even though they lost badly, play the Sixers, man. We were right there in 100 sections. We were right by the court. I posted it. LeBron dunked right in front of us, Gardini. I mean, boom, man. Brought down the house right in front of us. So it was awesome to see, but they got killed. Tyrese Maxey was just breaking ankles that day, man. Embiid is Embiid. Embiid made AD look really soft in that game. And Tyrese Maxey is ridiculous. You see him live, man. Wow, that guy is really good. So anyway, we were there. Way back, send you a couple of cricket vids, JB, to suss out through Discord. Awesome, man. I'm going to be checking these things out. Like I said, I'm actually going to put some effort into this, man. I'm going to put some effort into this. Manav, your Virat Kohli video was great, Johnny. Thanks, Manav. I'm trying for you guys, for you cricket fans that have been on me to try it. I'm trying it. Bruin, I remember Holtby. Yeah, Holtby was a decent goalie for it. He was actually a really good goalie for the Capitals, man. Welcome into the basement, Ed209. This is sad. Oh, the Rangers? Yeah, man, it's really sad, man. This is the way it's been. I said it earlier. Nashville, we were down 2-0, came back and won. The Sharks, we were down 1-0, then like 2-1. Like we came back and won against pathetic Sharks. We won that one 6-5 against the worst team in hockey. The Senators, we were down 2-0. We just could never make up the ground. Lost 6-2. Like, you can't keep doing this. The Red Wings, we were down in that game 2-0, won 3-2. This is the way the past few games have been. We're great enough to be able to come back and win, but why are we falling behind? Why do we not have the energy at the start of these games? To be 18-5-1 and not have the energy in these games in the beginning is beyond me. I knew it when this game started. They dropped the puck. Capitals went right through our end, and Igor was east. They were doing what you should do a goalie, make him go post to post, post to post. Finally, they put one in. Igor's over here. The pass goes back. Boom, right in the goal. Wide open. As wide as this right here. That's how open it was. Right like that. Oh, my God. Here we go again. So, Ed, man, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notice and the like button. Thanks for dropping in. Angus, once upon a time, there was a hockey team named the Oakland Seals. Very good. Only one to win white skates. Thanks, Charlie Finley. Oakland Seals. That is going way, way, way back, Angus. Good call on that one, man. Goodini, what's worse, the Knicks versus Boston or Rangers? Because it's looking rough. Oh, this is a rough game right now. But the Knicks versus Boston, that was bad. I did that game yesterday. That was bad. And you know what makes it worse? I'll tell you what makes it worse. Why is Jalen Brunson in the starters in? You're down by 12 with, 20 seconds or less to play in the game? He rolled his ankle. I don't know how bad it is. They haven't said yet. He rolled his ankle. Why are they in there at the end of these games? Tom Thibodeau says, I remember Tracy McGrady scored 13 points in less than 25 seconds to pull whatever game out. Okay. I mean, yeah, that happens. But, I mean, why are these starters in there? Oh. The Knicks are one shooter. You know what really kills me, Godini? You know what really kills me? Watching Halliburton play. We took Obi Toppin instead of Halliburton. We took Obi Toppin instead of Halliburton. You see how he's tearing it up for the Pacers right now? If he was on this Knicks team is a shooter or two away from really getting up to the Bucks and the Celtics level. We're middle of the pack. Thibodeau has brought us back from irrelevancy to middle of the pack. Now we need another coach to take us to the next level, and we need another shooter, man. We need another real go-to guy. Halliburton not being on the Knicks, and Obi Toppin is now with him on the Pacers. How about that? I'm telling you, man, you can't make this stuff up. Shoot it! He did, and they saved it. Whew. Yeah, Godini, that's why I would say the Knicks last night. And the Rangers are the number one team in hockey, tied with the Bruins. I got to give Bruin respect for this team. We're both tied, 37 points, so it's definitely the Knicks. Bruin, think Ryan is going to score on think Ryan is going to score on Charlie. Think Ryan is going to score on Charlie. Oh, yeah, maybe. That would be awesome. We're in the basement, man. You saw me freeze on that. I actually had to think about what you were asking me for a minute there. We're in the basement, man. That's what's going on. Like Ryan and Charlie. Like, you know, we jumping around from all these sports. I'm like, what in the hell is Bruin talking about? I got you. Yes, I would like somebody to score on Charlie. If it happens to be Ryan, that would be great. Ryan doesn't really score a lot of goals. He's Mr. Intangible. We don't really rely on stats with Ryan Lindgren. I love the guy, man. He throws his body all over the place. He's like a second goalie for us out on the ice. I want somebody to score. There you go. Wow, that was funny. Oh, big time, Angus. Big time. You know who else was? How about Selig? How about the nerve of Bud Selig going to the Hall of Fame himself, knowing this was going on, and having the nerve to make sure Pete Rose is banned. That Pete Rose is banned. Like, you have some set to be the commissioner during the worst asterisk time, the asterisk time of baseball, where Brady Anderson is hitting 50 home runs. Brady Anderson hitting 50 home runs. Wow, how's that happening? I don't know. And then to sit there and not and have the set to say who else shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame is disgusting. It's disgusting. And yeah, LaRusso, no doubt. There was a lot of them that were really bad. Gardini, Catfish Hunter, Vita Blue, Jimmy Fox. The A's are a historic team. Sad to see. Reggie Jackson, another one. Billy Martin managed the A's. Billy Martin managed the A's, the Twins, the Tigers, the Yankees, the Rangers. I don't think there's anybody else Billy Martin managed, man, but he managed a lot of teams. Oh, another goal, 4-0. They are getting destroyed. Igor does not look good tonight. Get him out. Put Jonathan Quick in there so we can lose 4-1. 4-0. We are getting waxed, and we got to play the Kings tomorrow night. 4-0. Is this insurmountable? No. We are so flat. The Capitals, you guys know where I'm going. They got the campsite in our end. They got the tents. They got the tents, the campfire, the s'mores, the dogs, the beers, the burgers. They got their families there. People are jumping in the pool. They're going ice skating because they're living in our end. It's a full campsite in the Rangers' end. This whole game. Half ice hockey going on right now, right here in Washington. Whew, this is bad. Gunner, your last game versus Buffalo was a rough one. Only goal you scored was a power play. Yeah, it was, but we won some games after that. Yeah, we lost 5-1. It was a rough one. But I mean, like I said, I expect those from time to time. But these last few games here, now last year we would have lost a few of those games. They go in between periods. They came out a different team against the Predators. We were down 2-0 like no one, and they looked exactly like they do right now. They came out in the second period, boom, 2-2. And they tied it up and kept it moving. Same thing against that was against the Red Wings. We were down 2-0. Boom, 2-2 by the end of that first period. Predators went up 2-0. Boom, we came out second period, scored right away, 2-1. Predators scored 3-1. We came back 3-2, 3-3. But why do we have to constantly be playing from behind? We have a better team than that. Gardini, again, not the best informed, but hockey works like football where chemistry matters over name value. Amen. Yeah, Gardini. I know hockey's not one of your sports because you're very knowledgeable in everything that you follow. It is, man. You have to have the right lines working together. You have to have the right people on the right lines that can play together. Big names doesn't mean anything. If you can't put all your big names on the same line because, it's just like football, like wide receivers. Everybody wants the ball. You can't do it like that. Gerard Gallant, our coach last year, finished 53 games over 500 in 2 seasons, and they fired him. Why? I mean, like he had this kid line together. It was cool. It was a novelty. The kid line, they're all 22 years old and younger, Hedel, Kakko, and Lafreniere. But after a while, it wasn't working, and he wouldn't go away from it. That's just one example of many of his in-game decisions that he didn't make. Now, you could have a great team out there, and if your goalie is garbage, you could forget it. If your goalie is bad, you could have Gretzky, Messier, you could have everybody out there. You ain't winning if your goalie's not good. So it's all about team chemistry. And your defense has to work well with each other. You have to know who to be with. It's just like a safety and a cornerback. Someone's got to cover this guy coming down. Someone's got to drop deep, and someone's got to stay on him. It's the same concept. So, yeah, Goodini, actually, that was a good analogy. Way back, I agree, Manav. The Coley vid was cool. He is very good. Oh, man. That was, man. He was pretty, like I said, I had the 4 names that were highly requested, and he was one of them. And everybody was telling me he's the GOAT of this era. Virat Kohli is the GOAT of cricket of this era. That's all I was told. He's one of the greatest batsmen of all time. What do I know? I'm just learning. So I'm just going on what people are telling me. Gradini, more of a disgrace. John Fisher, Dan Snyder. Oh, this Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder takes the cake by far. Dan Snyder takes the cake because of all the other things going on inside that building. Football, sports related, but Dan Snyder goes above and beyond with everything that went on in those offices and everything else. Yep, there you go. Gunner, Snyder was the worst. Bruin, Snyder. Yeah, all day, Snyder. Gradini, the Jalen Brunson injury to much lesser extent is the same reason Rose was hurt. My only issue with Tibbs' entire coaching mentally is he never sits the starters. Never. I don't hate Tibbs. It's like I tell Buffalo, the Bills Mafia in here. It's like I tell them. They've gone as far as McDermott's going to take them. Tom Thibodeau, McDermott, two coaches that took two teams out of the irrelevant basement and brought them to relevancy. McDermott took the Bills farther, but since that 13-second game, which the Bills should have won, McDermott's fired Leslie Frazier. He's fired Ken Dorsey. The team has not elevated above that. That's like his peak right now. Tom Thibodeau has brought the Knicks out of irrelevancy back to the middle of the pack team. They're a solid middle of the pack team, but they can't get over that hump. Do they need another shooter? Yes. Do they need a coach that doesn't drive his players into the ground? Yes. Thank you, Thibodeau, for bringing us back to a certain point, but that's it. We need another coach that can take us to the next level. That's why I was bringing up the Rangers. Our GM saw Gerard Gallant, 53 games above 500. You can't get it done. We have veterans that are at the peak of their prime. I say this every live stream. Kreider, Mika, and Panarin, for instance. We got to get you out of here and get a coach in here that's going to get us over the hump and win. Laviolette, basically the same team. We're 18-5-1. So I hope that answered that. Why do you think Tyrese Gibson left the Knicks? He's an older player, and Tibbs was playing him like nobody's business, man. He left a couple years ago. And he likes Tibbs. Him and Derrick Rose came over because of Tibbs, but he's like, man, he's not young anymore. Goodini missing on Halliburton, Donovan Mitchell for Frank Ntilikina and Obi Toppin. Oh, yeah. Halliburton really hurts, man. Ntilikina. What is the obsession with the Knicks and foreign players that aren't good? Remember Frederick Weiss? We should have Ron Artest. Should have Ron Artest, and we got Frederick Weiss, who never played 1 second of a second in the NBA. Angus, Seelig might have worn blinder patches. I can see what's going on. I see it. And then he's out there as like this huge rah-rah guy against Pete Rose, man. It's really bad. Really bad. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame for that era. Can you imagine? Way back, my sound is playing up. Good. Good. You guys had to refresh, start over. You two bagger. Good. Angus, I'm showing my age, but I remember the A's versus the Orioles rivalry. Earl Weaver was the original Sabermatic manager. Well, you got me beat, man. I got some grays, man. But you got me beat. When I started getting into baseball, man, when I started really getting into baseball, Ron Guidry, Willie Randolph, these guys were king on the Yankees. And then we got Dave Winfield, who was my favorite Yankee. He's called, what did George Steinbrenner call Dave Winfield when he hit .81 against the Dodgers when we lost 4-2 in the 1981 World Series? He called him Mr. May. So we brought in we're replacing Mr. October for Mr. May. That was really bad. I remember that. He had a great Yankee career. And good for Winfield to retire and go to the Hall of Fame as the first San Diego Padre in the Hall of Fame. And he never said it was anything to do with Steinbrenner. He's a real classy guy. So you're showing your age, Angus. You're showing your age. So you got me beat probably by a little bit. Which is fine. Which is fine with me, man. Gunner, Johnny, I think the best analogy for the Jets, Charlie Brown. Oh, I've said that one a million times. Yep. Well, that's what growing up, that's what it was. The Giants won the rings and the Jets won the smack talk on the back pages. That's what it was. The Giants won the rings And the Jets won the smack talk on the back pages. They said he's always the younger brother that's going to be better than the older brother kind of thing. And we're the ones, watch out for our hands and watch out what we got. We're coming for you. And things always happen. Manav, Jets or Texans, who do you got tomorrow? Texans. The Jets aren't going to win another game this season. Manav, I haven't even watched the Jets in over 2.5 weeks. They're not even worth watching. I've watched 3-win seasons every game. I've watched the Jets 4, and their 1-15 season. I watched every game. This offense is unwatchable. It is unwatchable. There's nothing worse than our defense that's being wasted. Go out there, shut a team down, and then they all have to fight each other to get to the Gatorade cooler because they know in 2 seconds they're going to be right back on the field. It's unwatchable. And the Texans are going to win tomorrow. They should win easily. They should win easily. All due respect to the Jets defense that's been hung out to dry all season. Bruin, Jets for the upset. Look at that, right after my speech. Bruin, Jets for the upset. I don't even see it. I don't even see that. I'm not even going to watch it. I'm not even going to watch it. Thank you, Nixon. Thank you, Rangers, for making me forget all about the Jets. Manav, going to my aunt's and uncle's house in Diamond Bar for dinner tonight. Okay, Manav. Good seeing you in here, brother. Always appreciate your support. Rock, my favorite basement boss. Rock, my beautiful honey. What's up, loyal cellar dwellers? Good to see you all in the basement. Just as usual, dropping in to say, and thanks for the support. That's what you guys already know. She's rocking the basement boss. My honey, my favorite cellar dweller, my honey, my wife, Rock. Manav, hi, Rock. You're welcome. Wait. Rangers on a power play. We got 50 seconds left on it, but you wouldn't know we were on a power play. Way back, not sure. You maybe a snag and bread. Bagger says, what's up, Rock? I'm probably way behind. Everybody's seen this already. Bruin says, what's up, Rock? Way back, what's up, Rock? Everybody's saying, what's up, Rock? Manav, maybe I'll join you way back. Yep. Doing well. Way back, Manav, you're more than welcome. You're a nice guy, way back. Not one day, buddy. Cheers. Enjoy, Manav. Rock says enjoy, Manav. Yeah, have a good night, Manav. You're always with your family, Manav. That's really cool, man, because Rock and I are huge on family stuff. We're huge on family stuff, man. So that's really cool that you always seem to be doing stuff with your family, Manav. 35 seconds left on the power play. Can the Rangers score? No, because they can't even pass to each other on the power play. Can't even pass to each other. Boy, oh boy. Bruin says, what's up, Rock? Rock says, enjoy Manav. Angus, I remember when Billy Martin was mad at his team. He motivated him having a drawing and a hat to create his batting order. I could go on and on about Billy Martin, right? 5-time manager for the Yankees. The guy's baseball knowledge, everybody will tell you from that era that there was nobody smarter than Billy Martin when it came to the X's and O's of the game back then. And the famous one where he pulled Reggie Jackson out of right field, waited. He was mad at him for not hustling out a run to first base. He was mad at him for that. Instead of telling him in the dugout that he's pulling him from the game, he lets him go out to right field and then sends a rookie. I can't think of the guy's name right now. Sends a rookie out so everybody would see it. Go out and tell Reggie that Billy's pulling, that he's replacing him in the outfield. You remember this? And then they had the humongous argument in that dugout where it looked like it was going to come to blows. Ed Whitson. Billy Martin broke Ed Whitson's nose in a bar. His pitcher, one of his starting pitchers who didn't pitch well in the game, broke his nose. Billy Martin was a piece of work, man. What a piece of work. So, yeah, he managed the Twins, the Rangers, the Tigers, A's, Yankees. Yeah. Wow, what a guy. 2 minutes left in the second period, and the Rangers still cannot find anything. They're getting killed. This is 10 goals now in the last 2 games. Not good. Charlie Lindgren for the Caps is like playing out of his mind, and he's a good goalie anyway. Bruin said, I read that. Bruin, 49ers are winning. Oh, yeah, 49ers. They're going to blow out Seattle. I agree. Manav said, thanks, Rock. Rock said, what's up back to Bruin? Angus, when I hear the word basement in New York City, I think of the Ramones. Pulling out the Ramones. That's a great song, Basement. Maybe I should have that as my opening to my show, Basement. Basement boss alert. Yeah, Gardini, yep. Basement boss. That is great. And as Truba, Michael calls it, a rock in the basement. Come on, Rangers, minute 15 left in the second. Can we at least get a goal here and act like we want to actually play in this game? Nope, another great glove saved by Lindgren. Gunner, I love spending time with my parents. I go camping with them during the summer as often as I can. You should, man. My parents are no longer here. They're no longer here, man. It's just like that. You get older and it happens, man. Spend every moment you can with them. Put a lot of work and effort into raising you, man. That's good, Gunner. I'm glad to hear that, man. Good stuff. Gardini, name me a more toxic relation than Billy Martin and George Steinbrenner. A Mission Impossible. I know. They'd break up and then he'd hire him back because the guy knew baseball, man. He just knew it. Billy Martin, there's great books out on Billy Martin, man. You got to read one, man. I mean, this guy was a baseball genius, but he was an alcoholic, a major one. He's a major alcoholic. So he's just got great stories on him, man. And the documentaries don't do justice. Like I always say, the book's always better than the documentary or the movie. 45 seconds left in the second period, and the Rangers, they're just looking terrible, man. This is not, and they got, like I said, they got to play the LA Kings tomorrow night. The LA Kings are they're a top team in the West, one of the top teams. Way back, JB, do you know the 2024 Cricket World Cup? Yes, I do. I've been told this, and apparently it's in Austin, Texas. I don't live near Austin, Texas. I lived in Houston for a while, which wasn't far from Austin. I thought they might. 23 seconds left in the second period. Rangers are down 4-0 and look completely clueless right now. Boy, the Rangers and the Knicks just have not had a good week. Neither one of them. Yes, I've heard, man. It's going to be a major, major thing over here. I'd like to bring that sport over here and start to get some exposure over here. Should be interesting, man. Rock, that is awesome, Gunner. Yeah, hanging out. I'm telling you guys, man, we are huge on hanging out with family. Family is so important, man. So important. Bruin, Snyder, and how about that? Snyder and everyone. That is awful, man. He's the worst owner. I mean, he is the worst. And thank goodness he's gone. Look at this. The Capitals are trying to get one in with 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Mercifully, the second period is over. 1 period to go. We're down 4-0. Is that insurmountable? No, but we look terrible. Terrible. Argonaut, did you ever hear Mickey Mantle's story about Billy Martin? They were drinking buddies. Mickey Mantle and Billy Martin were drinking buddies. I know they had a very close relationship. They were drinking buddies, man. Mickey Mantle has a couple of bar brawling stories with Billy Martin, but I don't know the one you're referring to, so please share if you'd like. Angus, I spent as much time as I can with my mom. She is my only parent alive. She's still alive, man. You're lucky, man. That is great. Spend as much time as you can with her. My mother passed, and we thought she'd live to 100. She never had anything wrong with her. Anything, nothing. She never had anything wrong with her, man. Not that I know of, or not that she ever told me. 1 year of cancer, that was it. 1 year. I mean, like she got it, and that was it. Like you just don't know, guys. You got to take it. You don't know. It sounds so cliche. Oh, you don't know. Nobody knows. Well, we don't know, but as you start getting older, you see this happening to other people, and then you see it happening to your parents. My mother, never had anything wrong with her. So, yeah, it's crazy. Rock, right. Both of our parents, hers and mine, are resting in peace. Both are hers and mine. No one's around anymore. You got to enjoy every moment. Every moment. Yep. You just don't know. So you guys out there that still have your parents around, man, hang out with them as much as you can. Much as you can. You guys know I was a cross-country truck driver. My mom called me that day, and she told me, when you park your truck, then you give me a call back when you're done for the day. I don't want to tell you some things. And I'm thinking someone passed away in our family because there was never anything wrong with my mother. And she told me she had stage 4 cancer. And within 1 year, she was gone. And I'm telling you, that was just a few years ago. And I'll never, ever, ever expected that. Ever expected that to come out. I just figured she was going to tell me, not that that would have been good, but I figured, she would have told me someone passed in the family. She was just somebody you never expected anything to be wrong with. So enjoy every moment, guys. You got to. So end of the second period. We'll wait for the third period to see if the Rangers can avoid another huge embarrassing failure in the same week. Way back. It's in the Discord where it'll be played. Okay, great, way back. I'm looking forward to listening to it, man. Thank you for putting it in there. Try to help out your buddies. Gunner, I live with my parents, but I don't see them much due to my work schedule. Yeah, you do work a lot during the fall and winter. Luckily, my schedule is better this summer as I don't work weekends. I'm telling you, man, we can all fall in our routines. And everything just seems like, nothing's ever going to change, especially when you're younger, man. You just think like nothing's going to change. Everything's routine, and I'll see them tomorrow. Tomorrow is promised to nobody. 1 second from now is promised to nobody. So you have opportunities, man. Take advantage. Gardini, if neither got hurt, who would have been the baseball GOAT, Mantle or Griffey? Because if not for career-altering injuries, easily 2 of the most 5-tool players ever. Oh, man, Trouba would love to be a part of this conversation because I can hear Joe DiMaggio coming out right now. Willie Mays, there's a lot of great center fielders over the course of time. But Griffey Jr. doesn't get the respect that he deserves for what an amazing center fielder he was. Because when he went to the Reds, everybody just remembers him getting a little out of shape and being injured all the time. Him going to the Reds was the worst thing that could have happened to his career. Griffey on the Mariners, how that team never won a World Series with Randy Johnson and Tino and Edgar Martinez and Joey Cora and Ken Griffey and A-Rod. They were all on that. Luis Sojo was even a solid player on that team. And how they never won. It's beyond me, man. That is insane. How they never won. Manaj, I love my family. We know you do, Manav. You are always in here talking about your family, how excited you are to go visit them, take trips with them. Manav, you're an OG cellar dweller, so you've been around a while, and we know how much you love your family. Just like Rock said to you, that's beautiful, Manav. It is. Angus, thankfully, Stan Kroenke has nothing to do with my hometown, St. Louis. Well, there you go. Manav, love you guys forever. Good night, all dwellers. Yep, we love you too, man. And thank you, Rock. We love you too, Manav. Goodini, family-like time is something you need to cherish because once they are gone, you only live in regret if you didn't spend the time with them. They deserve raising you, right? And also, if you have any issues or ill wills or I'm never talking to them again, you always got to make sure, man, when you say you're never going to talk to somebody again, if they left right now, if they were gone tomorrow, you'd be okay with that because then you don't get another chance. Way back, after watching your Warney vid, you need to get a Kookaburra cricket ball to get touchy-feel of it. Right. Remember, I got the Sharon. I ordered that, and I got one, man. So I had the Sharon, man, so I get the feel of it. I know I was using the baseball yesterday. You want to know funny? This baseball is signed by a few of the Mets. Nobody famous. Remember Kevin McReynolds? Kevin McReynolds signed this baseball. Who remembers Kevin McReynolds? He signed this ball. Yep. Kevin McReynolds. This is one ball that was signed by, unfortunately, nobody that went to the Hall of Fame. It was signed by a bunch of Mets that didn't really amount to much. All right, everybody saying bye, Manav. Bruin, damn, yeah, that was a rough day, Bruin. That was not the phone call I wanted. I remember I was in Arizona when I got that call. Yep. Big Bear, another big cellar dweller accounted for. Big Bear shows up for Rangers, diehard Ranger fan. Big Bear's in the basement. What's up, man? Big Bear, this is pathetic, bro. I'll get back to you in a second. Rock, my honey, I'm out, guys. Take care and happy holidays. All right, babe, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for supporting the basement. Everybody rock is out. My honey is the basement boss. Big Bear. Big Bear. What is going on, man? Sorry to the other dwellers if I'm repeating myself, but I do that anyway. Big Bear. Why are the Rangers constantly falling behind to start these games? Even though we've won a couple of them, why are we constantly falling behind? 1-0, 2-0, 4 or 5 games in a row now. The Red Wings, the Predators, the Sharks, the Senators, and now today. Really bad. Really bad, Big Bear. Really, really bad. Whew. Wow. Gardini, thanks way back. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Bruin. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that was a few years. It wasn't that long ago, man. 3 years now. 3 years. And just passed November of 2020. So that anniversary date literally just passed. So yeah, Rock and I both. Her father the same year as my mother. Just a few months apart. So it was a real rough year, 2020 for us. Her father, my mother, 3 months apart. They passed away the same year. So, yeah, rough times, man. That was rough, really rough. So, enjoy your family, guys. Enjoy your family while you got them. Everybody saying what's up to Big Bear. Gardini, he missed roughly 500 games, still hit 660 home runs. Yeah, you know what's funny right now is when I understand the wild card, there's extra playoff games, but when the media bigs up guys like, we've never seen this before, look at all these numbers these guys have, and this is the greatest of all time in the playoffs. Well, dude, these guys got so many extra games than the guys back then. What was baseball back then? Honestly, up until I think the 95, right, is when the wild card came around. I remember that because the Yankees choked away a 2-0 lead over the Mariners. Before that, it's the old Ricky Bobby saying baseball was if you ain't first, you last. Second place, you didn't go to the playoffs. If you ain't first, you last. The season ended. It was the championship game in both. It was the pennant. That's what you did. Playoffs were over. You played the pennant game, and then you went to the World Series. And that was it. You finished in second place, you weren't going. The 1985 Yankees, if you look up that team, if that playoff window that there is now was in place then, that 1985 Yankee team would have won a World Series. We're talking Ricky Henderson was on the team, Dave Winfield, Don Mattingly. We had a pitching Billy Martin was the manager then. We would have won a World Series with that team, but the playoff, no. If you ain't first, you last. That's how baseball was. Angus, another player who was Rock said goodbye. I read that. Baga by Rock. Angus, another player who was held back due to playing was Ted Williams. He served in the military, right? Ted Williams missed a lot of time. A lot of time. The only player to hit over 400. I always say to Ted Williams of my era that I loved watching hit, Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn was magical hitting the ball, man. Magical. Just another great pure hitter. Even when the Yankees swept the Padres in 1998, my father and I were watching the game, and Mariano Rivera was closing out yet another one, and Gwynn would come up. We were like, oh, he'll get a hit, and then the other guys will all get out. And sure enough, Gwynn would get a hit, and then everybody else would get out. These are guys like Ted Williams, Gwynn. These are guys that said they could see the stitching on the ball when it was coming in. Like, these are just amazing. I'm happy at the age I'm at to see the legends in the sports that I have seen growing up. I've seen a ton of legends, as you guys have, Angus, obviously, and a few other guys in here. I was able to see Walter Payton, Lawrence Taylor, Joe Montana, Marino, Elway, Don Mattingly. These guys, man, were absolutely amazing. I could go on and on and on. Earl Campbell was like one of my honorary mentions with running backs. That guy, you didn't want to get in his way when he had a full head of steam coming at you. You didn't want to be in the way of that man because his best open field move was running you over. I mean, that Earl Campbell is like one of my honorary mentions as all-time favorites. Bruin says, have a good one, Rock. Angus, you remember Kevin McReynolds. You know what I remember about him? And the Mets, I like the Mets. They're my second favorite team. All I remember about McReynolds is a lot of times the ball would get past him in the outfield. I mean, there'd be guys on the base, and he would just turn around. He would just jog. He would just jog for the ball. He just jog after it. Like, there was no hurry. No reason to panic anybody. I'll get to the ball eventually. Don't worry. It won't be an inside the park home run, but a single might end up being a triple. Kevin McReynolds. Wow. Nobody's ever tried to steal the ball from me. I have a Kevin McReynolds signed baseball. Gardini spent the last year mending my relationship with my dad. Good, because I realized I'd rather be in good terms with my father than live hating for my life. I only got 2 parents. Dude, that's right. Nothing's that serious. My mother told me a long time ago, if you want to have an argument with somebody in the family that you're close to, and now you're never going to talk to them again, that's what you want to do. If they passed away tomorrow, you'd be okay with that, right? You would be okay that you didn't talk to them ever again and that you have no regrets, because now you can't talk to them. Even if it's just agree to disagree, you go your way, I'll go mine, and you're even just cordial when you see each other. But the fact that you never talk about it again, would you be okay with that if that person passed away tomorrow? It's something my mother always told us when we were growing up. If you're not going to talk to somebody ever again, that happens, you should be okay with that then. That runs deep, because it's true. A lot of people have regrets. So good, Gardini, you should. And you're a young guy, Gardini. You should work that stuff out, man. And sometimes you just have to agree to disagree and just never bring the topic up. My father and I were 2 different people, man, completely different people. And there was a major topic that he and I had to disagree and never bring it up again. Some topics you just have to push to the side and never bring up again. You have to keep the relationship going. If it's worth it to you, that's what you got to do. Wayback says, bye to Rock. Bruin, 2020 was not a good year. Not a good year for anybody. You're right, Bruin. It was not a good year for anybody, man. Anybody. So, yeah, it was a rough time, man. Rough time. So, yeah, that's, oh, yeah, I keep my mom right here. Keep her right there. That's my mom. I keep her right there when I do these streams. So when I feel like words, even though I feel like words that are coming out that I shouldn't say, I can see her going, watch what you say, watch what you say. So, yeah. Yeah, respect Teddy ball game. Absolutely, man. A lot of players, man. I mean, how can you imagine the Detroit Lion fans hated Barry Sanders for a moment when he retired, when they thought he retired too soon? They booed him. There's a couple times they went in there, they booed him. Imagine that. Imagine that. So Igor's faced 19 shots. He's given up 4 goals. That's really bad. They should have Jonathan Quick come out and start this third period. I don't know what they're going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Give me 2 minutes, so I'll be back at the start of the third period. 2 minutes, guys. You know the deal. I'm not a young guy. All right, third period's getting underway. At the very least, I didn't come downstairs to see a goal before I even hit the bottom step. The beginning of the second period, I wasn't even fully down the steps. It was already a goal. So here we are. Ultimate Gaming. One of the guys that pushes cricket a lot. He's in the basement, another new cellar dweller. He's a new cellar dweller. Ultimate Gaming has been showing up on the past few live streams, so he has become a new cellar dweller. Welcome in, Ultimate. Good seeing your name in here. Gardini, a loving mom is the only thing eternal in this world because you feel them even when they're gone. Oh, man, dude. Like I said, I have her right here, and that's not the only one. I have her in pictures of her. We have both Rock and I have pictures of our parents everywhere, man. Gotta love them while they're here. Bag of Chinese blood. Oh, man, dude, let me tell you something. I tell you guys all the time, I got a lot of health issues, man. I drink half a bottle of water. I got to go to the bathroom 15 times. It doesn't add up. Way back. Hey, guys, I got to fly. I got a couple of mates coming around for a Sunday jam session. Stays way back. Thanks as always, brother. Thanks as always for supporting, man. Gardini, GB, not a spring chicken. When you got to go, you'll get there, Gardini. Give yourself about 30 more years, man. We'll see how much you're laughing when you're like, I'm not going to sit here a whole nother period. You guys that are in the basement for a long time, you OGs and people, you guys already know. When halftime comes up or in between a period, depending on what sport we're doing, if it's baseball, commercial break, you guys know I'm going to bounce 2 or 3 times during games. And that's just the way it is. Ultimate, I've made you a thumbnail for Virat Kohli video and posted on Discord. Check it out and update. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Ultimate. Appreciate it. I was very impressed by Virat, man. I'm, very impressed. You just missed Manav, Ultimate. You just missed Manav. He'd talk about it with you all day. He was talking about Virat. He liked it, man. Come on, Rangers. Look, they're hanging around our net again. Hanging around our net. Igor's still in there. Tomorrow night, Jonathan Quick will be starting, I guarantee you. And I like Igor, don't get me wrong. Jonathan Quick has played in 8 games this year. He was the guy we weren't supposed to get. He's 7-0-1. Remember, he's a 3-time champion. I know people say, well, he didn't really play for Vegas. Okay, if you want to get technical, he won 2 Stanley Cups as a starting goalie for the LA Kings, one of which was an 8-seeded team that barely made the playoffs, knocked off all the top teams in 2012, and then knocked off all the top teams in the West, and then went on to beat Martin Brodeur and the Devils for the Stanley Cup in 2012. And then he beat my New York Rangers in 2014 in the Stanley Cup, 4-1, even though the games were closer than the result sounds. So Jonathan Quick is 37 years old, and people said he's too old to sign as a backup goalie. He's been murdering it. He grew up a Rangers fan. He's back to his childhood team, a chance to play for his childhood team. He's been money. He's going to be in there tomorrow night. Now, because I bigged him up that much, watch him lose tomorrow 5-1. That better not happen. I'm just saying. 18:20 left in the game. The Rangers are in the Capitals' end. Does that mean anything? I don't know. If the Capitals blow this game, now it's happened, guys. It's not rare. Teams do blow 4-0 leads in the third period. We've all seen it. All the hockey fans in here, we've all seen it. Some of us have seen it happen to our teams when we've been the one with 3 or 4-0 leads in the last period. It can happen. It can. I'm trying to sell myself on this, but I've seen it. I've seen it over the years. Good job on that, Ultimate. Yeah, Wayback's another one. Wayback is another one. Wayback is another huge cricket fan. As you saw, Ultimate, yesterday you met Anthony. Anthony in here is he's Tony, obviously Anthony, Tony, that's what we call him. He's a huge cricket fan as well. Angus, hey, Johnny, do you have a link to your Discord group? I do. Let me get it. Let me get that now, because every time I tell people I have it, I always forget to pull it up. Hold on a second. I'll put it in right now. And Angus, like everybody else in here that's been with me a while, already knows. If I say I'm going to do something and you don't see me do it during the stream, just tell me to do it again because I'll forget. I start talking about other things and I will forget. Where you at? Angus and anybody else. I think everybody else is in, but there you go. Right there. There's your Discord right there, Angus. Join in. You'll see all these guys in there, man. And I come in occasionally as well. 16:45 left in the third, and the Rangers are in the Capital Zone again. Just to say hello, just to hang out. Oh, we got a fight. Finally. We got a fight. Jimmy Vesey going at it. Swing. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Give me something. Oh, we lost the fight, too. We couldn't even win the fight. Vesey was swinging. Now, he's not a guy that normally fights, so I'll give him some. Oh, he has a gash right over his eye. He took a punch, bang, right here, and he went down. A lot of credit for him to fight. Jimmy Vesey's not really one of our guys that's going to fight. Now, we couldn't even win the fight. Oh, he took a shot right here, and he went down. He got a big gash over his he's going to the locker room. That thing's got to get stitched up. Oh, man. Oh, well. Raleigh, OG cellar dweller, Marine representative, right in the basement. What's going on, Raleigh, man? What's up, man? Bad one yesterday, Raleigh. Bad one for the Knicks. And Jalen Brunson, I don't know the status on him, Raleigh. Don't know the status. Gardini, live with grandparents. Trust me, I know what it means. You got to go when you got to go. Wow, you're still making fun of me. I'm telling you, Gardini, your day is coming, brother. It might be 30 years from now. Your day is coming. Yeah, Angus, the worst is footy. Right. I don't live stream footy, Angus. The only reason I don't live stream footy is why. The games here start at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. The whole house here is asleep. I can't be live streaming. I want to live stream footy. Angus. I do. Brisbane Lion fan. I'm a Mason Cox fan. Got to support the American. You've seen my videos. You already know this. I have Mason Cox's Guernsey, and I have Charlie Cameron's, and I have the old Brisbane Bears colors up there as well. So I've gotten really into footy. I mean, look at that, man. It's Nick Dacos, Charlie Cameron, man, right here. Hey, I got the Christine car also. How about that? I got the tinted windows Christine car. I got a lot of things, man. I got a lot of stuff like that. Mike Richter, last time we won a Stanley Cup. Our goalie, Mike Richter. Gardini, Dodgers. You know Gardini's back. When you guys are in the chat, for you new cellar dwellers, you'll know Gardini. You don't even have to look at the name. Now, his name is BK Reaper, but you'll know it's Gardini because he gives everybody short stories in here, nice little novels to read. He's very informative and very smart, but he always gives us nice novels to read. So I always got to take a big breath before I read them. Oh, the Caps are on a power play with 15:45 left. Maybe we'll give up another goal. For those that don't know or learning hockey, a power play means that the other team has one more man than we have because we committed a penalty. So they send him to a box for 2 minutes. Sometimes it's longer, but on average, it's usually just 2 minutes. So there are 5 players on the ice to our 4. That's a power play. Now, the way the Rangers are playing tonight, you would think, losing 4-0, that the Capitals have been on a full game power play, the way we've been playing. Gardini, the Dodgers rotation as it is currently stands is a disaster with Buehler being the only proven MLB commodity. Interesting to see how they address it because no pitching means no success. JB, we know that all too well. You nailed it. We know that as Yankee fans. You cannot have a softball batting order and no pitching. The Yankees lived on that in the 80s, man. We had Winfield, Don Baylor, Gary Ward, Ricky Henderson, Don Mattingly, Jack Clark. Remember Jack? We had Jack Clark. We had all these players, and we have Andy Hawkins who goes out there, throws a no-hitter, and we lose 4-0. Like, That's what we had. And our manager was like Stump Merrill. Not all the players I named were all on those kind of teams, but Andy Hawkins, I remember. No hitter, and we lose 4-0. So, yeah, if the Dodgers don't address their pitching, you can't go out there with home run or nothing teams. We know all too well, Gardini, and Yankee fans, Bruin and Raleigh, and all of us know all too well what having a home run or nothing team does. And it's always funny how they all hit or don't hit all at the same time. There's never anybody that's like doing the job and some guys aren't. No, either everyone's hitting or no one's hitting. That's how home run or nothing lineups work. And that's why teams like the Tampa Bay Rays are constantly in it. They play small ball exceptionally well. They don't have the big name rosters. Arozarena is probably the most well-known name on that roster, right? Arozarena is a beast. I wish we had a player like him on our team. He's great at small ball. But why is Tampa always in it? They can still play the small ball game. Bagger, I'm out too. I hope everyone has a great Christmas. Stay safe and well. Thanks, Bagger. I should be on tomorrow for the Kings, and the Knicks play again on Monday night. I might do them both. I might do one or the other. Angus, thank you very much. Oh, yeah, no problem, man. You got it. Be good to see you in there with everybody. Gardini, I realize, JB, picture how much more potent the Yankees lineup is if Dominguez. Hitting on the daily, slotted in front of Judge and Soto. If only the UCL didn't. Oh, my gosh, man. That kid was looking good. Jason Dominguez was looking really good, man. Raleigh, hoping bright. Brunson, man, what was that? Gardini and I were just talking about that. You leave him on the court. But again, that's Tibbs' MO. And you'll always bring up, well, Tracy McGrady scored 13 points in the last 25 seconds of a game and brings up, okay, these scenarios do happen. Remember when Reggie Miller embarrassed the New York Knicks? Scored like 9 points in like the last – he stole 2 inbound passes, as I recall. He had like 3 threes in like less than 10 seconds or 12 seconds, whatever it was. Raleigh, hoping Brunson read that. I know, Raleigh. I know. Disgusting. We play the Raptors on Monday. The Knicks have a hard time beating teams with good records, man. I think we're 2-8 against teams with really good records. But, man, you send us the doormats of the league, we will beat them up and down the court. You send us your Hornets, send us your Pistons, send us your doormats and your mid-range team. We can beat the middle of the pack teams too. The upper echelon, that's truth be told. We cannot hang with the upper echelon. We can't. We're middle of the pack. And being a Knick fan, middle of the pack was satisfying the last couple of years, but now I'm ready to kind of move up. And again, seeing Halliburton play for the Pacers, knowing he should be on the Knicks. And we took Obi Toppin in the draft instead of Halliburton, and Obi Toppin is now on the Pacers playing with him. How funny is that? Ultimate, way back, he is not ready to play with the Kookaburra Bulls. He would make himself hurt. JB, that isn't a ball. That's more than like a stone. Oh, so it's like a hockey puck. Ultimate, have you ever held a hockey puck? It's like a boulder, man. Gardini, the NBA might be even worse because they're timeouts. I know. The NBA and the NFL timeouts, the last 2 minutes of a game in both leagues can take like 5 hours, man. Like timeout, there's always a timeout. The NFL is horrible, man, when it comes to that stuff. I think in a 3-hour game, on average, 11 minutes of actual football is being played. There's too many reviews. That's one thing, Gardini, and anybody that has not watched AFL, Australian rules football, or footy, as it's more popularly known, they have a review on the field. It's like that. It's over. Someone gets injured. If they're at the other end of the field, they're taken off the field. Like the game does not slow down and do these 9,000-hour reviews and commercial. They have a scoring review. It comes up. You watch the review a couple of times. Did it hit the post? Did it not hit the post? Did a player touch the ball before it crossed the line? Things like that. And it's over. I'm not kidding you. Within 30 seconds, it's over. Back to playing. NFL, the same type of thing would take 5 minutes. Everybody's talking about it, reviewing it. Check it. Man, I'm telling you. It's really irritating. It's a good point. NBA and the NFL are horrendous with that stuff, man. Hockey keeps it moving. Baseball is baseball. Either the pitch clock has definitely made the game better. I'm a baseball historian with old school guy. I could watch the game just as it was. I understand why they had to put the pitch clock in. I get it. I was just fine with the game as it was. Even though Gardini and Bruin and everybody that was in here that night when we were watching the Mariners and the Yankees, and neither one wanted to win. They'd get guys, the ghost runner on third base, nobody out, and neither team wanted to get him home. Remember that game? Would it go 15 innings? That was a long one. And I don't like the ghost runner, by the way. You want to put the pitch clock in there? Fine. Take that ghost runner and the extra innings out of there. I can't stand it. You got to earn your way on base. I don't like that. I don't like that. Raleigh hoping. Wow, am I that far behind still? NBA, I read that. Oh, you're out? Oh, Gardini, man, we love you too, brother. You're OG. OG, man. We're just waiting for Mr. Marine. I'm still waiting for him to pop in here, man. I hope he's all right. Angus, I started following cricket during the recent ICC World Cup. I would tune in around 6 a.m. and keep it on while I work from home. I'm starting to learn about it, man. I have a real – Angus, if you look through my videos and you see baseball versus cricket video, I kind of did that one in response to a lot of horrendous comments I got and hater comments from the very first cricket video I did about Americans and all these other – I can't even say on here. So part of my cricket versus baseball video I did, you'll hear some real ignorant things coming out of me about cricket that I really see were ignorant, but it was more so back at the haters that were just really rude in that first one, man. So it's kind of funny. Oh, good hit. At least if the Rangers aren't going to win, at least you start laying some people out. Good. Someone just took a ride on the Trouba train. Trouba train. True. He just took a ride. He got leveled. Trouba laid somebody out, man. It's about time, man. Let's go. Took a ride on you don't want to take a ride on the Trouba train, man. He just did. He's good for one of those a game. No, I won't, Ultimate. I will not stream games that I don't know enough about the sport yet. I won't do it. I won't do it. Not yet, Ultimate. I will not stream games that I don't know enough about. I have too much pride in myself and in my sports knowledge with the teams I do know. The guys in here that know that the time I took to learn footy, they'll tell you, I take time, but I will learn it, but I will not live stream games that I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't do it. Even though everybody would understand I'm new at it, no, I won't do it. And that's why I won't. I won't do it till I understand the game better. But thanks for asking, though, man. That'll be something for down the road. Gardini, oh, never. It always – you averaging 5+ runs, you get 22 or oh man, right? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You nailed it. Tibbs, let me know when you coach a player that can score even in the same realm as a prime. Exactly. And the way he made it sound about keeping Brunson, and I love Jalen Brunson. This is definitely not a shot against him, but he's not T-Mac. I mean, that's just my point. If you're waiting for that T-Mac, Brunson's not T-Mac. And he's been incredible for the Knicks. I love Jalen Brunson. So I don't even want to sound like I'm taking a shot at him because I'm not. And you know I'm not taking a shot at him. You heard Brees got fined $43,000 because he trucked over the no fun league. Yeah, I did hear about that. And he trucked them legitimately. Football's getting worse, man. And I'm not saying it because the Jets are terrible. I mean, the Jets have been terrible for four decades. I can count on my hand 4 seasons that I was proud of, and they didn't even make the Super Bowl. 82, 98, 09, and 10. 4 AFC championship games, we lost all 4. And we lost all 4. Angus, NFL has way too many commercials. Yeah, dude, it's even the Super Bowl, like, believe it or not, the Super Bowl is my least favorite game. Even if my Jets were in it. Boy, that's what a dream. More fights. Oh, no. At least I'm giving Ranger fans something to stick around for. The Rangers like, hey, we may not be going to win this game, but we're going to start throwing punches and laying people out. And that's what they're doing. They're taking it the Charlestown Chiefs way. Let them know you're there. Remember that? Reggie Dunlop. Come on, Chiefs. I got a Chiefs Hanson jersey. I should wear that. I should have worn that today. If I do the Ranger game tomorrow, they're going to wear my Hanson jersey. Reggie Dunlop, let them know you're there. Come on, you know the Charlestown Chiefs. That's what the Rangers are doing right now. Let them know you're there. Got to do something. The Super Bowl was good, but man, it's just like a spectacle now. The commercials, the this, the that, the build-up toward the meet. It's watered down, man. It's been watered down a lot. Tom Brady recently said it too. The coaching isn't what it used to be with a lot of the coaches. The players now, if you don't come out like C.J. Stroud, you're a bust. Like these quarterbacks don't get a chance to develop anymore. It's like right now people say, hey, maybe Bryce Young is a bust. How is Bryce Young a bust? He's on a horrendous team. Oh, they should have picked Stroud. Well, how can you say that? It's where you land sometimes. Remember just a couple of years ago, Patriot fans were telling you Mac Jones is going to win a couple of Super Bowls. Look at him. He almost won Rookie of the Year. He had a good Rookie of the Year. Now they all want him out of there. Time moves very quickly, man. You don't know what these quarterbacks are going to do. But, it's ridiculous. Remember that? They were comparing his first year to Tom Brady's first year. That's how delusional they got up in New England over Mac Jones. And now they all want him gone. So you don't know. So remember Rick Meyer? Do you guys remember Rick Meyer? I know you do. Rick Meyer was up for Rookie of the Year against Drew Bledsoe, and he lost out. Rick Meyer had comparisons to Joe Montana when he first came out. Yes, that Rick Meyer from Notre Dame. The game, as it was original baseball, was meant for the traditionalists like the NBA. Had to go away for the defensive era from the late 90s, 2000s, because it wasn't entertaining enough. That's right. When I grew up, pitching duels, like back when I grew up, you got like Mike Scott versus Dwight Gooden. Mike Scott of the Astros versus Dwight Gooden. Dwight Gooden, Doc Gooden for the Mets, is arguably one of the greatest pitchers to come out the gate in his career. He was unhittable, man. Man, he won 24 games in his first season. That's unheard of. A complete game now? You don't get complete games anymore. Blake Snell in the World Series a couple years ago when he was on the Rays, or 3 years ago at this point, against the Dodgers. Third time through the rotation. Statistically, analytics says Blake Snell doesn't do well third time through facing the batting order for a third time. I'll never forget this. I think he only had given up 2 hits at that point. And he had a low pitch count. They take him out of the game. They take him out of the game because the analytics say that this guy isn't going to do well third time through the rotation. But he's doing well now. You do the eye test. But now the analytics said no, so you take him out. That does 2 things. You got to bring in the bullpen, obviously. And to the team that couldn't hit him, is now giving that team new life. They are now excited to see the bullpen. So if they were feeling down and out about their previous at-bats, now they're excited that a new pitcher's coming out. And what happened? The Rays ended up losing that game. I hate the analytics. So, yeah, pitching duels, people don't want to see that anymore. Great defensive games in football, people don't want to see that anymore. Angus, the NFL got more ads than the morning news. You know that's bad, yeah. Where we are stuck around with rude people online, the computer contributes to the damage. Yep, you're right, Angus. And you have to be rude to get views, right? You have to be rude to get views. So I gave a little bit back in that video, but if you watch my videos after that, man, I'm actually more into the sport. But it does. That's why I like the chat that I have. I always tell people I don't have a huge chat room. I don't have a huge live chat room. But I always tell people we have the best one because we talk about everything in here. I could tell you the game's going to be the Rangers and the Capitals or the Knicks or the Jets when I did them at the time. Yankees. We always end up doing trivia in here. We do a whole bunch of things in here, especially during baseball. We'll do trivia all day. But it's just fun. It's just more of a hangout in here than it is actual, if you go into other – and I'm not knocking other YouTubers. I'm just saying you go to other people's live streams, some of the guys don't even chat at all. And I understand if it's going – you have so many people in there, and it's just going and going and going. I get that. I'm talking about people that don't have the range of like what I have. Some people don't even acknowledge it. They're just talking about the game the whole time. It just is more of a hangout in here, man. That's what it is. So I tell people this is what we're doing, but we just have a live fan chat reactions, and we talk about everything. The OGs will tell you. I mean, when I first started doing this, I had Rick the Ninja, which was still waiting for him to show up one day. But it was like him and me, like for almost an entire live game. That was it. But we talk about everything in here. That's what makes it cool. Gardini, I love JB. He's the best thing to happen to the team's culture since Ewing, but he's not T-Mac. Of course, right. That's exactly right. That's why I said I don't even want to sound like I'm knocking Brunson. He's amazing. Without him, I don't know where this team would be. He's an incredible leader. He's the greatest point guard the Knicks have seen in eons, right? So Brunson, thank the heavens for Brunson. But he needs a Donovan Mitchell. He needs another shooter on that, or a Halliburton, my gosh. He needs that person on this team. Brunson does everything under the sun to win games for us. So I really respect the man a lot. He's not 100%. I've been so much less interested in the NFL because the refs have so much dictation over the game instead of the players. Go back to the Chiefs, and I'm not saying this. You guys know it. I'm not saying it because I'm biased toward the Jets. But do you remember that Chiefs-Jets game, the nationally televised game? Do you remember the calls in this game? It's, by the way, if anybody cares, there's 5.5 minutes left in the third period, and the Rangers are still losing 4-0. Sauce Gardner, they said, until they called pass interference on Sauce, which it wasn't at the time because they've been playing like that the whole game, the receiver and him, the whole way, until the ball got intercepted by Michael Carter. Then the ref throws the flag after the ball got picked. It's like, wait a minute, though. The call that you're saying was interference happened like 20 seconds ago. And now once the ball got picked, flag. When Mahomes on 3rd and 22 ran up the middle and he went right down the field, Jermaine Johnson, our defensive end, their lineman had his jersey, and I'm not kidding you, pulled down to where you could see the chest padding. No call. They want who they want moving when they want them moving. And listen, that game there was my one example of like refs. And I don't care. The Jets are horrendous on offense. They're a bad, bad team on offense. But I'm just saying that game there in particular. And then they had the week after that, the Chiefs were playing the Vikings. Legitimate pass interference on the Chiefs. It was a good call by the ref. It was by the end zone. If you guys saw this, it was right by the end zone. Then the other refs had a meeting with that ref as like, you just threw a flag on the Chiefs. We can't do it. The player on the Chiefs took his helmet off. And he wasn't yelling at the rest, but he took his helmet off. Romo even said on the announcement, that right there, your helmet off on the field, talking to refs, you already is a 10-yard penalty. That alone. They overturned the call, no pass interference, and they never threw a flag on him removing his helmet. You can look it up on YouTube. I mean, like you're right. They dictate who they want to have calls on. They have way too many. Everything's a hold. It's like in the NBA, anything near the paint, you're going to get a call. It's just, I don't get it. That's right, Gardini, and that's what the Rangers are doing. If you can't beat them, you got to beat them up. You got to do something. Charlestown Chiefs. Yeah, Bruin, kind of rich for Brady to say that, isn't it? I mean, he has a point, but coming from there, I get you, man. I get you. The ironic part, Frank Reich wanted to draft Stroud, but management overruled him, and he got fired, though. And what would Stroud look like on the Panthers? What would he look like on there? Would he be what he has right now? Maybe not. But to say a guy's a bust and it's his first season, Bryce Young, it's his first season. You don't know what he might turn into. It's crazy. Raleigh, what Johnny, you're telling me Mac Jones is in the next – do you guys remember this talk? The media, everybody hyped that up. Oh, Mac Jones, you could see 2 or 3 Super Bowls. We got the GOAT coach, who, by the way, hasn't been able to do anything without Brady. I mean, that he's so exposed, it's not even funny. Is he a great coach? Yes. Defensive-minded. Belichick's probably the greatest defensive-minded coach of all time. But to just sit there and keep saying he's undoubtedly, unquestionably the GOAT is a joke. Joe Gibbs won the Super Bowl with 3 different quarterbacks, none of which are a Hall of Famer. That's just for starters. He can't adjust to another quarterback, and he's the GM, so you can't even say that the GM is the one screwing it up. Anyway, we went over this yesterday. Gardini, Juan Soto opening day in Houston will hit different. Oh, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Everybody says if they bat Giancarlo Stanton behind him, for every single Soto gets, will turn into a double play by Stanton. Angus and Bob Gibson. You're talking my father's language right now, Angus. I grew up listening to my father about Bob Gibson, and I didn't even read the rest of this yet. If Bob Gibson was playing, he would tell off his coach if they tried to pull him out for games. There you go. 1968, he had more complete games and victories. That season changed the height of the pitching mound. My father, I came around in the early 70s. My father has told me about Bob Gibson growing up. My father loved baseball. And when I grew up, at first I thought baseball was boring, Angus, but my father finally instilled in my head. Because I was like back then, like you hear a casual fan, it takes forever for something to happen. I used to be that way. And I'm talking maybe around 8 years old or so. My father really started having me tell the pitcher, the catcher, and the batter. That's your game right there. The strategy is right there. That's your game. Now, if the pitcher is trying to figure out what the batter's thinking, the batter's trying to figure out what the pitcher's thinking, and the catcher's got to know the batter's weakness and strengths, the whole chess match is right there. My father, if he was alive today, would hate today's game because he never liked the designated hitter. He thought it took away the strategy of the manager. He thought it was easy managing in the American League because you had the DH. You didn't have to worry about the pitcher coming up, the pitcher's pitching a great game. We're down by a run. It's the 6th inning, that kind of thing. Should we pull the pitcher? Things that nowadays, they'll take the pitcher out in the 3rd inning. They don't care. They have openers now to open a game, an opener. Oh, gosh. The minute I saw Bob Gibson, Angus, you just made me think of my father because I've heard about him my whole life. And you guys would probably have conversations forever if he was still around. Raleigh, I was so happy when we got Soto and we couldn't do anything with him. So hope he does good for you, Johnny. Right. I know. Trust and believe. I'm using Michael's Jeremiah, man. I'm using his term. Trust and believe. I think of that batting order that San Diego had with Soto and Bogarts and everybody else. And I'm like, look, the Yankees have a mean batting order with Soto, but, man, we need pitching. Trust me, yours is an example of what reality can be. Yep, I got you, Raleigh. I know it's in the back of my head. Ultimate, to understand cricket completely, you got to watch 2 to 3 T20 games live, even without knowing the rules. That's how I always tell people when they want to learn our games or any of the games that I watch, you got to watch games and you got to listen to the announcers. You got to listen to the announcers and watch games. That's how I learned footy. But when I started footy, it was the off season. So I had to watch a lot of YouTube replays of games and just listen to the announcers and follow the game. Like I said, I'm good with footy. I know about 80 to 85% of what's going on. Some of the technical stuff I don't have down yet, but it's from watching games. And I watched a ton of them. I reviewed a ton of them. But I had a whole off season though. I had like 4-month window before the footy season started. So it was different. It was easier to do it that way. So I agree with that. Gardini, definitely not calling the kid a bust, but the kid is different. I know, but it's too soon to call these guys busts or not. Can you imagine Brett Favre wouldn't have never made the league? He was a 3rd stringer on the Atlanta Falcons. He probably would have never gotten a shot in today's game. Troy Aikman says all the time about how his first season, he was 9 touchdowns to 18 interceptions for the Dallas Cowboys. And the one game they did win that year, they were 1-15. Aikman didn't even start that game. I think Steve Walsh did. So Aikman's like, nowadays, you may not get another shot. Peyton Manning threw, 28 interceptions? His first season, he was 3-13. What would he be right now as a top guy coming out of college and having a 3-13 year? People say, oh, well, Johnny, he was Peyton Manning, though. But he wasn't then. In his first season, he was 3-13 with 28 interceptions. What kind of business would he be getting right now? I'm not comparing Bryce Young to Peyton Manning. I'm just talking about an example. Today, they would be shredded like that. Today, they'd be calling him a bust right now. Godini, Ohtani, and Trout have the 2 most lucrative contracts. Yeah, I know. They produce 0 winning seasons. Ultimate team sport. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ultimate team sport. Amen. Hockey is an ultimate team sport too, man. What if you got Martin Brodeur, the greatest goalie of all time? You put him in net on the San Jose Sharks right now. They're not going to win. You have the greatest goalie, but you don't have a great team in front of you. You're not going to win. You have 4 lines. 4 lines. So, Gardini, if you ever hear top 6, that's your first and second line. 3 guys on the first line, 3 guys on the second line. Your bottom 6 players is third and fourth line guys. It doesn't mean they're bad. They're just not as good as the first and second line guys are. So your fourth line is usually gritty guys, just gritty guys that try to get the hard goals, things like that. And they're there also to be two-way players, which play defense as well. This game just ended, guys. I'm about to wrap this chat up as well. Let me get through a couple of things here, though. Gardini, breaking news, 22-year-old phenom pitcher Sasaki is officially asked to be posted. Wow. I'll have to look into that guy. I've never heard of him before, but I will look at it. Interestingly, has the same opt-out clause as Ohtani. This might be a heavy market shifter. Wow. I'm gonna have to watch I'm gonna have to pay attention to that, man. When I'm eating, I'll take a look at that. Angus, I figured everything by myself about sports because nobody else in my family liked watching any games. Wow, really, Angus? You know what? When I grew up, my father would come home from work, and that's back. Well, Angus, you know, that's back. We had the rabbit ears, and you had to turn the dial. Well, when he came home, he said, "What were you watching?" And I was the remote control. I'd have to stand by the TV and turn to what he wanted. It was to the news first. And then, well, in New York, you would turn to Channel 9 because the Mets were on. My father was a Met fan. He grew up a Brooklyn Dodger fan. He hated the New York Yankees. He would never in life go for them. I think the only Yankees he ever liked was Derek Jeter, Bernie Williams, and Mariano Rivera. He said those are the only respectable guys the Yankees ever had. But he grew up a Brooklyn Dodger fan, so he naturally hated the Yankees. He automatically became a Met fan. And then I was the remote control. So, yeah. But I learned everything from him. He would watch the game. He would twirl his cigars, drink his Wild Turkey 101 after work. And he would teach me everything about football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. And I watched it with him, and I ended up really liking it. So I was lucky in that area that I had a father that taught me everything about the sports that I know. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap up a few of these, man. Then we're out. I probably will be back for the Kings and Rangers tomorrow night. If not, the Knicks and the Raptors on Monday, or I'll be here for both of them. Since we were little, my younger brother and father spent every Sunday in front of the TV watching sports. Yeah, Gardini, you're a young guy, man, and you know a lot. And for those that don't know, Gardini was on here with me and my other buddy, Lou. Lou Talks, Lunicorn. Gardini is very knowledgeable in his stuff, man, really knowledgeable. He definitely brings it real. He had a great time on here with us over the summer. So I believe it, man. You don't have to sell me on the sports knowledge you know. And you admitted that you don't watch a lot of hockey and that, you know, you're coming around with that. But one thing about Gardini, he does not BS. If he doesn't know, he doesn't know. And that's a basic rule. If you don't know, you don't know. I've said it here. I don't know. We're in the basement. That's what, you know, there's things I don't know either. But he brings it real. He brings paragraphs and long, drawn-out stories, but they're always pretty accurate. So he's an OG, and he's been supporting the channel for a while. Angus, I learned footy from playing it in high school from 79 to 82 and a couple of years in small college. And I know, Angus, that the VFL turned to the AFL in 1990. And the Fitzroy Lions and the Brisbane Bears became the Brisbane Lions, who are the team that I really pulled for the most. So, yeah, that's how we got. How good is Sasaki? I don't know. I'm just learning it now. Or are you asking Gardini that? Eli and Peyton subsequently set interception records for rookies, and they 4 Super Bowl trophies. Yeah, that's right. But today's game, they would be laughed at. If Peyton Manning came out the number 1 overall pick and played the way he did in his first season for the Colts because he had a bad supporting cast, he would be called a bust. Back then, they gave you time. Now it's, hey, I mean, your head coach and offensive coordinator might not even be around next year. 102-mile-an-hour fastball, 97-mile-an-hour splitter. But are they effective? There's a lot of guys that can throw over 100 miles an hour and are not effective, Gardini, and you know that. Are they effective? Because there's some guys that can throw flames, 100 miles an hour, right over the middle of the plate, and it's gone. Remember Hideki Irabu came over, and he got waxed by the Mariners, man. He got beaten up a lot. He was supposed to be Japan's Nolan Ryan. I'll never forget that. We didn't take Kurt Schilling because we went after Hideki Arabu. I remember that one. Bruin, he needs to be Yankees' backup option just in case they don't get. Yeah, I agree. They're going to need something. Amen. Amen. So, all right, guys, let's get ready to wrap this up. When is the next cricket video coming? It'll be coming soon, man. Be coming soon. I got other things I want to do too, but I'm gonna stay on cricket for a little bit there, Ultimate. And I'm not going to leave it. If you see me start doing other videos on other things, don't worry. I'm still mixing cricket in. Gardini, hey, JB, good seeing you. Yeah, good seeing you, Gardini. I'm glad you could hang out for the whole time tonight, man. I really do appreciate it, brother. I'll definitely be seeing you whether tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know if I'm doing the Kings range. Like I said, I pretty much will be doing the Knicks and the Raptors on Monday. Tomorrow is a maybe. Tomorrow's a maybe. So, Bruin, thanks for the support. See you tomorrow night. See you at some point this week. Gardini, peace. Oh, geez. Yep, you got it, brother. Ari, don't forget to watch next season Major League Cricket. I definitely won't. And Ari, since you're in here, subscribe, hit the bell notice, hit the like button. Appreciate the support. And thank you guys for all, Ari as well, for helping me along with the cricket. Gardini has a carrier 1.6 ERA and has been pitching professionally since he was 17 years old. It's amazing. I'm not knocking the guy. I'm just saying, let's see what happens. Remember when the Red Sox got Dice K and he had the gyro ball, and he had all these pitches and no one could hit him at first, and then he started getting smacked around. Tanaka, I always liked Tanaka. He was really good for us, but he wasn't. Tanaka was really good for us, but he wasn't what was advertised. We were supposed to be getting he wasn't what was advertised, but he was a great pitcher for the Yankees, if that makes sense. Ultimate, have a good one. Yep. Thanks for supporting the channel, Ultimate. I really appreciate all your input, man. It means a lot, dude. Thank you. Angus, thank you, Johnny. It was fun. Take care. Angus, stop by anytime. You see me live, stop by. Even if you see the Rangers or the Knicks or something, as you see, we talk about everything in here, man. So stop by anytime. Gardini, that torn UCL ruined him. He was elite. Yeah, I know. That's true. So, guys, we're going to end it on that. Appreciate you all as always. Much, much, much appreciated. I'll see you tomorrow night or Monday or both. I'm Johnny Basement. You already know the deal. I am out. Have a good night, guys.